not heard that somebody did not go through primary school where you learn the rudiments of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P down to Z. And then where you learn the first addition, addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. You did not do all those. Okay, granted that you may do it in your private home, it doesn't mean because you did not go to primary school means you did not do it in a formal way. I agree. I agree. Then secondary school, they admit you to secondary school based on your primary school profile certificate. Okay, let me also agree that in secondary school where you do, at least if it's in Nigeria, English language, mathematics, then geography, history, economics, chemistry, biology, physics, agricultural science, further mathematics, depending, and then a Christian religious knowledge or Islamic religious knowledge, and the other courses, technical drawing, the host of them, commerce, government. You could do so many, home economics. Let's assume, for argument's sake, Tinubu did not go to secondary school. Therefore, these things were not learned in the not formal education way. So he read it on his own. Now, for you to be admitted into a university, you must present a certificate. It does not mean that you must go to one type of King's College in Lagos. You can do external GCE or ordinary level, but there must be something to show because a university cannot admit you to come and start studying economics like he claimed without showing evidence that at least you passed economics in secondary school. I mean, there must be a certificate. That you did not attend a secondary school or primary school means that you did not go to maybe a four wall of an institution called the ABC primary school or ABC secondary school or high school. But what they are teaching there, you read it on your own at home. Now, even if you do at home, there must be a certificate to show that these are what you did, and that is what the university will be looking for before they admit you. As much as I know, you can't go and tell an American university that I did not go through primary school, I did not go through secondary school, but I want to study economics. They said, okay, just based on anecdotal evidence, I did it. Then they admit you. What will be in your file to show? So there are a lot of things, there are a lot of fraud going on here. That's a farce. Before you now go into what did he really attend the university, he said. To me, I feel ashamed. I feel so ashamed that people like this has played the system. He became a senator, he became a governor of Lagos State, two-time governor of Lagos State, with this type of nonsense we are hearing. It's a shame. I think at this point, people should step in. There's what they call EFC. There's what they call cheating the system. He has cheated the system to this level that I think he should be stopped. INEC should investigate further because you can never ever. I don't think it's possible. You did so no, there's no secondary school certificate. There is no certificate of secondary education, whether it is given by external. You can do it as the external student of maybe WAEC or GCE O level or NECO if it's external. It does not mean you have to be in a secondary school for 5 years or whatever. You are being the register so that you have a former classmates. You can read at home. But what did you get at home? Even if it's by correspondence, you must show something. Otherwise, anybody can come out and say, I studied economics. I had a secondary school education. So let me end on that. Then Obasanjo's choice of Atiku as VP. You see, this is again what we are saying. Character makes a leader. With what Obasanjo is saying, it is true that he said it before, and later Atiku picked a nomination for and became the PDP candidate in 2019. He visited Obasanjo. Obasanjo said he has forgiven him. Yes, I agree. Obasanjo said it is on tape. But the fact that he put it down in black and white in his book, and the Atiku has not written any book again to debunk it, and Obasanjo had not issued another edition of the book to retract it. To me, it's still as because if anybody presents this as evidence in any law court, it will be admitted because it's written in black and white. So Atiku's character is shady as far as we know. And a man with such shady character, to me, to aspire to the highest office in the land. In fact, the fact that he was even a VP was a monumental mistake. This this is a dealing. It's not clean. He should not be. That's why he should not be close to the corridor of power as a leader, because it does not radiate confidence. It doesn't inspire. It can't inspire anybody. For Basanjo to say that he made a mistake and he's still saying it, in fact, he doesn't need to say it again because it's written in the book of what Atiku did. So that's okay to disqualify Atiku. Now, Obi's response to a question about Nigeria being a place where lunatics has taken over the asylum, it is true. The summary is that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Does it make sense? When criminals are in charge, thieves are in charge of people that are not stealing. Criminals are in charge of, let's say, supposedly people that are saints. I mean, there's no that Peter B said it direct that over 70%, to me, close to 90 should not be there. What really are they looking for? Don't we have morals? Somebody trying to be a somebody who want to aspire to a position of leadership, or after you've led and they are now hearing stories of where you stole money, where you put all this. It's a shame. Peter B is quite correct in that, and I support him. In fact, I endorse I endorse all that he said in response to that question. The worst cannot be leading the best. Now, Labour Party and the NNPP alliance, they say the talks is still going on. Well, what I want to point out here again is that let me also remember what Pat Utomi said, because Pat Utomi is involved in this thought force. Pat Utomi said that there are a lot of parties they are approaching. So many parties will come under the umbrella of the third force. That's what he's trying to say. He said Accord Party, NNPP, SDP, so many parties. So it's not just NNPP. But the fact that the hype about Kwankwaso's, let me say, Kwankwaso's followership in the north, which the Labour Party and the other parties under it will need in order to command the national coverage. It cannot be waved out. But at the same time, let them not approach it. Let NMPP not approach it as if they are being begged. It is also for their own interest. It is also for their own interest, and then by extension, the interest of the generality of the people. That's what we are saying. If not, if Nigeria should have been a case of if you score the highest number of votes in one corner of the country, you become the president. Well, this is a done deal. Anybody can go and manipulate the system. But you need a geographical spread, and then coming to the north, APC, PDP is out of it. So they felt that going to the northern part, it is good to go it with a partner like NNPP. So I welcome that. Now, the issue of Abuja PVC drive by the celebrities, that is also encouraging, because I think there's a lady I saw there, says the European Union ambassador to Nigeria, a white lady. I mean, come, because this is a message he will take back to his people, those that sent him to Nigeria as ambassador, that the people are willing. You see, the celebrities, if at all, because they are now what their participation in this thing is telling us is that they are now feeling that they are part of the people. It concerns them, because at the end of the day, they will buy petrol, or they may even queue for petrol before buying it at expensive price. They use gas to cook in their different homes, and they have to buy it at a very expensive price, and all those things. So them coming out to urge the people without being paid to do it is encouraging. I think that is a new vista we are seeing in this drive for youths to take over the affairs of the country. So I encourage them to do more, and then let them shift the venue from where they are, if it's Abuja, to different areas in the country, do the show, mobilize the people, get your PVC. I think I saw the INEC chairman saying, dressed in a t-shirt and saying that they've extended it, or that it's not going to end. That is also, or maybe towards October. That should be not that it should extend till October and then it will be under difficulty with all these bottlenecks. It should be a smooth selling initiative from now till that October, such that it will capture. They will even finish it and then still have a window of opportunity to reconcile certain things. So the voter registration, PVC issuance should be a continuous process. It should not even stop, because people are turning 18 every day in Nigeria, and you denying somebody registration means you are disenfranchising the person. On the final note, P2B to step down for Rabi Okwakwaso. That's a that suggestion is dead on arrival. I won't support that for obvious reason. One, we want power to come south. Kwakwanso is not from the south. And if it were Jonathan, President Jonathan, after 2011 or 2015, and then somebody from Delta State or somebody from anywhere in the south is contesting to take over from Jonathan, and Jonathan is sort of the body language is showing that Jonathan want to hand over to somebody from the south. The north will go. They will go on rampage. They know it. So we cannot move transit from 8 years of a northern president to another 8 years. No, that is an insult. In a country in which you have over 250 ethnic groups, power must come out. So the idea that P2B will step down for Kwakwanso for whatever reason is dead on arrival. In fact, as even a phenomenon, P2B is more popular today than that of Kwakwanso. Kwakwanso, what they are saying is just like a corner of his own people. P2B is a movement that is sweeping all over the country, not like Kwakwanso. It is even also to the interest of Kwakwanso to become a vice to Peter, such that when power comes out after 8 years, if it's now moving on up north and they were able to team and then develop the country, one can now say, Kwakwanso, you stand a chance as a former VP to a very popular candidate that maybe you two of you achieved a lot in office. But to tell me that P2B should go and step down for for what? So for what does it mean? Why was Tinubu chosen if not because he's from the south? That is the meaning of power coming down south. Tinubu was given the ticket because they wanted power from the south. As simple as that. So why is it that when P2B is now trying to build a coalition, people will be suggesting people will be suggesting that P2B should go and step down for what reason? That is so irritating. People should not even nurse that ambition at all. At all. It should not even come in. We are talking of power coming to the south, and in the interest of equity, if the thing P2B emerges, that will now be a case of rewriting the wrong, or rewriting the wrong, rewriting the wrong, which they deliberately did when they say power should come down to the south. We people were thinking that Southwest, having done 8 years, with 8 years as VP by next year, South hasn't done up to 6 years, including VP and president. It now left for Southeast to at least have a test, and they changed it and threw it open. Who are they trying to deceive? So the idea, I'm so bitter and I'm so emphatic in saying it. The idea that P2B should step down from Kwakwa and so emphatic is a fallen hope. It can never ever happen. P2B will never even tolerate that, and I do not in one a bit support it. Power must come south. Papa and so is not deserving of it, that P2B deserve it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. CM. You just said almost things I have in my heart. I don't know what other people have to say. So we'll be going back to Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank, please talk to us.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Are you hearing me?
Good evening, sir. We can hear you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, my able brother. Thank you, my able panel. I greet everybody. Well, let me start with the Tinubu issue. For the Tinubu issue, I'm not surprised because I've been hearing it even before this time, before the election. So I see something like that is coming up. But for me, I'm not surprised if something like that is Tinubu don't have even primary school certificate. It's not a big deal for Nigeria. Buhari himself have not present until tomorrow. So not to talk of the person who's coming to take the person they are suggesting to come and take over from Buhari. So that is nothing. But one thing I want to know is that why I'm not shaking about that. If peradventure Tinubu win as a president of Nigeria, then the Labour Party came second. That will give a Labour Party a direct ticket to be a president of Nigeria because it will challenge it in court. For me, for some people saying that INEC can, no, and this stage, INEC, nobody, me, you, INEC cannot do anything. The only people who can do something, it is when somebody challenges it in court. That is the only way anything can happen. But let's just see. But I'm sure that that is not going to happen. Tinubu is not going to win as a president. I'm fully sure of that. So that is for Tinubu and his all the gang. Then again, let me come to for Atiku, what our former president said, Olusegun Obasanjo. I don't know if anybody watched the interview. Is it not Arise Television that grant the Atiku that interview where he said, if I am not able to enrich if I cannot enrich my family, I can enrich my friend. Is it my friend? Is it forbidden not to be a rich man or something like that? Let's most of us here now we are talking here from the Western world. We know how it plays here. To start with, I cannot, because I'm a president of Nigeria today, so I will use the wealth of Nigeria, the taxpayer of Nigeria to enrich my friends, or through my friends, I sell Nigeria company to my friend. After maybe 1 year back, I will come back to go and buy that company back to be in my name. So those, we have seen those one before. So for me, I strongly believe what former President Olusegun said about Atiku. So for me, I believe Atiku is not going to be there. So that is quite sure. Let me come to the area of Kwakwaso so that I will just rush it and save time from it. For my own opinion, and I want to use this opportunity to ask one question again, because I don't know if Nigeria politics, is it after the election when the party now emerge or before the election? Because in here where I live, it is after the election. When you win, then you cannot able to rule or govern the country, then you now find a party which you are going to emerge with, can enable you to give you what you want to rule the country. I believe most of us here know exactly how it works here. But I don't know of Nigeria, if you have to emerge before the election or after the election. That is one. The two is not a, that is a don't go area for Peter Obi to step down for Kwakwaso to be a president. So I'm not talking about the area of maybe you are old or I'm young or not. I don't care wherever any president of Nigeria come from. But my problem is that who is going to give us a good governor? Who is going to give us the real promised land? Because Nigerians have to be in the promised land. Because if you look the world today, most of the country where we are now, where we look as a paradise, they don't have what Nigeria have. So all of us, most of us know that. So that is that. So for me, I don't see Kwakwaso to take us to where we want to be. That is why I am saying it loud. I'm using anything I have to fight for Peter Obi to be the president of Nigeria, because I see hope in Peter Obi. I didn't see that hope in Kwakwaso or anybody else. So for me, if happened to be, and I believe Peter Obi is not going to take that action. Anybody that is going to bring that action, let me just reserve my comment. That is for that one. What is the other one? Is it for admission? Well, for now, I believe that is what I have to say, because I don't. There is one thing I want to ask again, please, because I still have my timer. Concerning, because I was watching Rufai in radio this morning. It was on air with one lawyer from UK. I don't know if anybody listened to that. That program. So the lawyer was saying that Peter Obi don't have enough money to fund the party, or to fund the election. That is, with that, is going to lose. But I don't. For me, I believe if the way we are supporting Peter Obi, if that same way we make it voluntary to raise funds for Peter Obi, I believe if money is going to be the problem, Peter Obi will win. Because in where I live, I have never seen where a single-handed person, just like the way Tinubu and Atiku is doing it, bringing dollar to share in the table for them to win the election. Because normally it doesn't make any sense. When I share my money for you, for me to become a president or any post holder in Nigeria today, mind you, I must get my money back, maybe ×2 or ×3, before I will say I want to look anywhere. So that is where take us to the problem we are facing today. So if we want Peter Obi to be there, we should ready to bring out we should support him with our voice, with everything, and with our pulse. So if we want a greater Nigeria, so that is my own contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Frank. Mr. Goodluck, please talk to us. But somebody also asked a question on the comment section that why is Peter Obi not taking Sowore as his vice president? Please, panelists, because as we are here talking, I'm also monitoring some of the comments on the comment sections. I just want to bring that to our notice so that anybody talking can equally still educate. It was a question here this person asked. So, Mr. Goodluck, please talk to us. Mr. Goodluck, please. Okay, Mr. Goodluck, since you are not ready, let us know when you come back. Mark Irabo, please talk to us.
Mr. Leftis, I'm here, or Mr. Alice?
Oh, Mr. Alice, are you the Goodluck?
No, no.
No, I'm calling Mr. Goodluck.
Okay, you are calling according to how we came. All right.
Yes, according to how we came. Mr. Goodluck is not talking. The next person now is Mark Irabo. Please, Mike, talk to us.
Good evening, panel. Good day. I greet everybody. Are you hearing me?
We can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. I just the guy who spoke before the last speaker speak, I've already said my mind, but I just I just like to summarize my own also. I will be fast and quick about it. Number one, about the Tinubu certificate. You know, they say everything in life have its time. So this is the time God is exposing all these our politicians. God is really exposing them now. So it's a profit for us that support Peter Obi, because we Nigeria, we are tired of PDP and APC. So God just give us this opportunity now, because nothing lasts forever. Nigeria suffering, what we are suffering in that country will never last forever. So God has just given us now another opportunity to support Obi. So those things that will bring obstacle, which is this Tinubu now, that is why God is exposing them from with their certificate, you know. So I stopped that one there. Then just the question you said just now, why Showore, why Peter Obi not being the vice president for Peter Obi? I mean, I should have also support that. Me, I wanted to also talk about that also. It should have been very good if Showore pulled down his pride and contacted Mr. Obi and work for Obi, because I know Showore also have a large crowd. Just imagine the crowd of AAC Showore and the Labour Party will merge together and continue with this movement. You know how powerful that will be? Do you know how happy Nigeria will be? So I just beg Showore, if he can put down his pride, talk to Peter Obi, work together with him, we will be very happy. So that one is also that. I end that one there. Then the issue of PVC, I also use this opportunity. I thank God now that the INEC, they have extended the date for the PVC. So I just use this opportunity to beg our youth, please, please, please go out, get your PVC, so that we vote all these old politicians away there, you know, because if you don't travel out of Nigeria, you will not know what this our politician is doing to us, you know. So it is only when you travel out, your eye will open. Let me use Germany, for example, because I'm talking now from Germany. During this COVID-19, you know that that is when during this NSAS, that is when we know that the palette that was made for the citizen of Nigeria, our politicians, they hide it. If not for the COVID, the NSAS protest, how we would have known that these politicians, they were hiding the palette? These are the things they should have bring out now during this election and be sharing to the poor Nigeria. So these people, they don't have our interest in heart. Look at Germany where I'm living, for example. Last year, German government give all children that is living in Germany 300 euro. All children. Then some months later again, they supported it again with another 100 euro. Then this new government that also came out have also promised again another help for the citizen, that when you are working and paying tax, from now to September, if you work and pay tax, you will get 300 euro bonus. And children will also get 100 euro again. These are people who care for their citizen. Not only that, from this month now, June, July, August, the politicians in Germany, they come together and say, okay, how can we help our citizens? Okay, let's make this 9 euro ticket for all citizens. You buy a ticket here for 9 euro. It will take you all over Germany if you go with the regional express train, not the fast train, but regional express, bus, Straßenbahn. You know, this is a ticket that's supposed to cost like 150 euro, but if you get it for 9 euro, you can travel anywhere you want to go to in Germany. These are the politicians who care for citizens. As a Nigerian citizen, what can we be proud of that we are enjoying from our government? What can we really proud of? I asked my friend one day, I said, okay, you are from Nigeria. Can you just name one thing that this is the only thing I enjoy from Nigeria government? Education, we don't enjoy. Good health, we don't enjoy. Name it, water, we don't enjoy. To measure but few. You understand? Nothing we enjoy. So God has given us this opportunity now to bring Peter Obi to come and rescue us. I know he's also not a saint. He cannot do everything that already been spoiled, but he will try. Let's give him a chance.
All right.
Let's give him a chance. Let everybody, whether you are from north, east, south, or west, no matter where you come from, old, young, man, woman, let's support this man. Because I always listen to this man interview. I am convinced, and I believe many Nigerians are also convinced that this man will deliver something. When he doesn't deliver, 4 years is not forever. After 4 years, we vote him out again. But let's join hands together and give him this chance first. So anyway, this is just the little I want to contribute for now. Let me also give other people a chance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mike Arabo. I think this is the first time you are joining us.
Yes, this is the first time I'm joining. But I listen to you every day, but this is the first time I'm joining.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Please always endeavor to support us. Come join our membership program, share our videos, and always come to the panel to join us here. We don't have a preference for anybody. It is open for everybody that wants to come. Thank you very much once more.
So thank you also.
Yes, we want to the answer to that question that Bros asked, why is Oga not taking Sowore? I expected us to know really why, but somebody before now answered it also on the comment section. That let me put it on. This is the answer to the question. This is just the absolute truth. This is the absolute truth. No matter what we do, Sowore would have been part of the movement. There's no way he can be vice president because you cannot have two South. Nigeria is diverse. We cannot just say South or Eastern person is coming and is speaking on that Eastern person or another Southerners.
He must not be, excuse me, sir. He must not be a vice president, but they should come together. He can also be a minister for any other thing. That
is what we are saying, that he can join the movement. They can come together to rescue Nigeria. This is rescue Nigeria. But my brother, as we speak, I don't think he's ready to have anything to do with anybody in government. He just wants to start his own, and I pray he understands what will be in that. You cannot do it alone. Thank you very much. We will now go to New Life in Benin, which is Mr. Alex. I don't know why he changed Nigeria Watch Life in Benin. Mr. Alex, please talk to us.
Thank you, Mr. Leftis. So yeah, I greet everybody on the comment section and on the platform of the panelists. Yes, we've all spoken well. It's a great one. I've been listening, I've been learning, I've been jotting. First of all, I want to start with Kwakwason refusal or seemingly refusal to be deputy or a vice presidential aspirant to Peter Obi. If you look at what's going on in Congo, Congolese are agitating right now that Belgium right now should make apology and compensations for the destruction, massive, you can say, colossal, disastrous activities of their colonial masters, Belgium. They are demanding just now that Belgium should make an apology. So I don't blame these so-called Northerners, Kwakwason and his likes, who just feel Nigeria is their birthright, who since 1960 is being one Northerner or the other, apart from little, let's say, few times that you had people from different regions. Even in the military time, it was a northern thing. We must look at the foundation of the problem. The British forcefully joined us together, destroyed peaceful, organized kingdoms. They came and invaded everywhere and joined us together. Lives were lost. Wars were fought. It took years of this whole thing. And they left power in the hands of the Northerners in 1960 while they were giving us flag independence. They didn't give us political independence or economic, no. They gave us flag autonomy to have your own flag, your own nation. So the Northerners feel they are on top of the world. What have they done since power has been with them? Look at where we are today. We are in an economic, comatose, economic, shambles. And now we cannot even think about it. What is going on in Nigeria? At this time in life, you are still battling with corruption, battling with insecurity, battling with stolen money. Snakes are swallowing money. Monkeys are eating up money. There are killings nationwide. Nobody is talking. It is obvious that the killer machine is the northern seat of power in Abuja just now. So Kwankwaso should bury his head, bury his pride, and walk with the movie train. There comes a time in your life you just let go for the common good of your pride. This country was not made for the Northerners alone. We know there is a certain slogan in the North that they are born to rule. But at this time, Nigeria is in a desperate need of economic and political rescue. So we cannot mortgage. We cannot play politics with what is going on right now. So I want to go into Tinubu's problems. Tinubu, for me, as far as I'm concerned, has been a fraudster, a drug dealer. There are news flying all over the platform, different media platforms, evidence against this guy in the 70s. So he has been able to cheat the system because we don't have a good system. Like I said before, if we must make any change, I want to appeal to Peter Obi, and I know he has this in mind, to question the constitution of this country just now. The Nigeria constitution is a fraud. It allows a lot of gibberish, a lot of rubbish. It has led us to where we are today. Billions of dollars are being budgeted for different sectors of the country, yet there is nothing to show for it. In a sane system just now, Tinubu should be behind bars. His 8 years as a governor should be questioned. His so-called national leader activities, going from state to rig elections, to buy vote, it should be behind bars. Instead, EFCC is going after Yahoo boys, when the major criminals are the ones making criminals, planting them in different parts of the country. So as far as I'm concerned, Tinubu is number one criminal.
Alex, we are losing you. Oh, I think we've lost him. Network. You see what we are talking about? Nigeria network is something else. Alex, can you hear us? We can't hear you no more. Okay. Alex?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. Yes, we can hear you now. Your network is really...
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. Talk to us, Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, my brother, moderator. Okay. This guy, I don't know his name, something C or something like that. The mic is disturbing. He should off his mic, please. I don't know if the rest of the panel is hearing it. I'm hearing it from my side.
Yes, I've off it. Chris George. Okay. Alex is having issue with his network. We will just go straight to Chris George. So Alex, when you come back, you let me know. Chris George, please talk to us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
We all can hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you for welcoming in this arena, and I greet the honorable colleague members. Let me start with Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I want to ask one question, because it is impossible for someone to be in Southwest without primary certificate, without attending primary education, secondary education. So I want to ask one question, because I don't know much about Ahmed Tinubu during his time in Lagos State. I heard about him. Is he a military man? Because during the days of military, 1967, 1966, during the Nigerian Biafra War, Nigerian Civil War, many of the youth who are qualified to be from 18 years above joined the army to defend their territory. Like my own uncle did. My own uncle is a military man during the Biafra War. He didn't have any education. Rather, I went on institutional training. So, Ahmed Tinubu, is he a military man? That's my question first.
He has never been a military man. There's no record to show that he
He's
was
not a
anytime a military man.
Okay. But it's impossible because I'm surprised how come he didn't attend primary education and secondary education and jump to university. I don't know about his background because in Nigeria everything is possible. You can just purchase a certificate to someone else. So if you are, I'm to say attend primary education, secondary education, the investigation is simple. Okay, INEC will just attend the primary sector and Tinubu go, including the secondary education, because in my inside, I remember there CKC, Onitsha CKC, many old people attend there. If someone, like for instance, P2B say attend CKC, which all of us know, and give a false accusation that attend CKC, which he didn't attend, everyone can go to CKC and verify. The record is still there. So the investigation is simple. Let INEC go to the school that Ahmed Tinubu say he go, primary education, secondary education, and verify. So if the record is done there, which means doesn't turn it. That's simple. Okay. Well, I concluded that fact because it's not possible because Awogo will give free education to every Southwest during his tenure. Let me jump to P2B and Kwankwaso. It's impossible because let us be sincere and guided accordingly and follow the maintain sanity and peaceful between Nigeria. During the Goodluck Jonathan tenure, because I remember why Atiku joined the APC during the Goodluck tenure, when Goodluck said going to contest second tenure. And Atiku refused. Because of that, Atiku joined the APC. So, because Atiku know hopefully that Goodluck will do what? Defeat him during the primary election. And he joined the APC and won against Buhari, and Buhari defeated him. If a Kwankwaso want to be a sincere man and a honest man, this is time of South to take over the power. Because if he calculates after 1967, 1970 Civil War, the Northerners took over the power. All the military regime, all the head of state are Northerners. So after 1999, Obasanjo took over the power, which is Southern president. After the Obasanjo, Yar'Adua took power. After Yar'Adua elite, Goodluck took power. Now Buhari took power. It's time for Southerners to take power again. Because I remember what one politician is saying. What's her name? Former Senate President Saraki, in his interview, he said that Obasanjo did 8 years, Goodluck did 6 years. So only 8 years Northern did. So Northern is supposed to do the rest 4 years. You see the mathematician. But if forget that during the military regime, all the head of state are Northerners. So if Congress want to be sincere man and to be truthful for himself and his follower, this is time for Northerner to be a vice president, not in presidential form. You know, I criticize members of PDP. Why did I criticize them? There's one meeting we hold in Delta State, later in Enugu, later in River State, later like Ibadan or Abeokuta or Lagos State, between the Southern governors host meeting. All the Southern governors host meeting, they say that they are not going to vote any Northern candidates for presidential election, the power must come to South. So, and PDP governors included in that conversation that holds. You see? So I wonder what happened in during the PDP primary election, because if the northern southern candidates and southern delegates are sincere with themselves, Atiku not supposed to take over the power. So this is time for South to take over the power and the North to be the vice president if they want to keep the country moving. Because you can't tell me that you want the country to be united. Atiku says he's a unifier. Who are you unifying? You want to take over the power which your brother dropped? It's time, if you want to be a unifier, you be a vice president, which a certain person will take over. And again, let me come over again. There's one issue, one comment I made in the last year concerning the issue of constitution. I know P2B will do something decisive on that constitution because this is the issue we all Nigerians have. Understand? The constitution, if P2B, I believe that P2B will assume power. So Kwankwaso to step down for him, Kwankwaso will be vice, P2B will be what? President. Two, the constitution is the issue we have in Nigeria today, which everyone knows about it. Not because I'm South, I'm Eastern, or I'm Western, or I'm North. What is causing problem in Nigeria today is constitution we have. If that constitution are being what? Disintegrated, and new constitution will what? Will emerge, and made new constitution, Nigeria will move peacefully. So that's where I will drop for the for now. If there's anyone, I can go ahead, but this is where I will drop now.
Chris George, thank you very much. Before I call on Andrew, somebody asked a question here. The person said, he said, who is the person that he wants to know? Okay, let me put it on the screen. He said, please, may I know whom appoints the INEC chairman and the security force that will count the votes? This is a very big question. Well, I think our panelists can answer that. What next person is Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, please talk to us.
Yeah, greetings, panelists, and the chairman, moderator, representatives, and greetings to viewers listening at home and abroad. I would like to thank you for this opportunity to speak again on your platform. I will start by saying that we all know that there is no shame if someone did not go to school. The person can improve along the line. I think 2 or 3 days ago on this platform, the topic was transparency, accountability, declaring of assets and liabilities. This also is applicable to education-wise. So these are all the things that the people should demand from all presidential candidates, to be transparent, to commit to transparency. Reason being that so that the people can make an informed decision as to who they want as president. Now, I like to acknowledge sentiment in respect to South-South or Southeast, but the fact remains that it has not helped us this long. Like I said, I acknowledge the sentiment. Let me cite an example. For particularly those of us in diaspora. Many Nigerians left home to come to abroad, regardless of who is the president. Despite the allegations, or well, some allegations, some are facts that the white man treat us as slaves. But we were still willing to come here. Why? Because things are working. There's constant light. There's good roads. There's hospital. So South-South, Southwest, WE, WC, at this point, it's irrelevant. Regardless of who we want there is the person who will make things work. So let's leave this sentiment for now. It's an appeal that this sentiment has not taken us anywhere. The man who spoke about what they are giving them in Germany, who is a black man, the president of Germany, is he black? He's white. So we need somebody who is going to make things work. And that is what we should focus on, and leave this Southwest and Southeast and tribe and this and that. It hasn't taken us anywhere. It hasn't given us light. It has not given us good roads. You go to the hospitals today. If you don't have money, then too bad. That means you are going to die. Is that what we want? Please, I'm appealing to you. Let's focus. Don't let us lose focus, please. In respect to Peter B and Kwankwaso, I don't think that will ever happen. I want to believe that maybe they just want to test the water to see the reaction of the people, how the people will respond to it. Because Doyo Kukwe's reputation is on the line. Because he gave an interview when he said Peter B cannot be vice president. So he can't come now and say he should be vice president of Kwankwaso. Now, with due respect, I don't know Kwankwaso, for crying out loud. I don't know him. But the reason why people are clamoring for Peter B is because of his credibility. Because of the things he has said. And people have gone to verify. Not because he's an Igbo man. No. Because if Peter B is a Yoruba man and he gives me something I can verify and say these things that he's saying, I will give him my vote. That is what we are looking for. Someone who is going to make things work out. Someone who is going to so that the ordinary man can be able to put food on his table. There will be jobs. Our education system will be revamped. People can go to school. There are people who don't go to school in abroad here. They do further education. They go into technical instinct. They go into anything they want to do. Some people don't go to school, but they operate from their home because the system makes it work. In some places, they beg them to go to school in Europe, and that is the truth. So please, I am appealing again. Let's leave this sentiment for once, and let's try and focus on the goal, on the man who is credible, and that man is Peter Obi. I'm not going to wait on Showore, please. It's not relevant to me in this particular time, with due respect. Now, in respect to the Constitution, I am sick and tired of people who come on the platform to say the Constitution is bad. And yet they cannot specify what section of the Constitution is bad. You don't destroy the entire Constitution because of one thing. That's what we call constitutional amendment. And that's what we're hoping, that when Peter Obi becomes president, we can take this matter to him. If you are coming to say the Constitution is bad, please give us evidence that this Constitution is bad. I read it yesterday. Which section of the Constitution are you referring to? So that we can discuss this thing and get one who can interpret it and look at it and say the Constitution is our problem. It is not our problem, for crying out loud. The Constitution is not our problem.
Just a quick information to the speaker before he runs up on this Constitution.
Go ahead.
Sorry, the person speaking, I'm not trying to draw you back, but when people say our Constitution, not really that is bad, they use the word fraud. Every constitution in the world can be amended. No constitution is perfect, but you must make a constitution before you start amending it. The problem with Nigerian constitution is that it is not autochthonous. What the people say, the people made it. For instance, let me come to the elementary level so that I don't confuse people. Can somebody here tell me who represented the Ogoni interest in that constitution? Can somebody tell me who represented the Bachama interest in that constitution? Can somebody tell me who represented the Nupe interest?
Mr. CM,
yes, please.
Interject you there, please, with due respect. If we are going to say anything about the Constitution, there is a process for a constitution to either be amended or be rewritten. So that process is not in place. And for that process to be in place, we need a capable leader who also understands why these things need to be done. If Tinubu, for example, or Atiku, for example, that is there, do you think this constitution will be amended or will be rewritten? The answer to that question is no. So let's talk about process. Peter Obi said you don't arrive at a place without a process. There is a process for everything. But we don't have the people in place to carry out this process. So coming to say, this is what we do, no. Don't let us put the cart before the horse. We should not put the cart before the horse. We are complaining that Tinubu said it is done, he's spending millions. We are complaining. Can these people be able to listen to you in respect to the constitution? The answer is no. So let's have our argument. Let's focus on our argument rightly.
I was only trying to tell you why people say it's a fraud and why those people who criticize it is right. Because
Mr. CM, have you read the constitution back to back?
Back to back because it was not meant by the made by the people.
Answer my question. Have you read the constitution back to back?
I can never read it back to back because it's not.
So let me use my time, please, respectfully, if you don't mind. When your time comes, you can argue against it. Thank you very much. Please, people on the platform, if something is not good, you fix it. There is a process in fixing it. For example, we've not even have a census for so many years in the country. We don't know the exact population in Nigeria. Now, for a census to take place, there's also a process. I participated in the census in the United Kingdom this year. Was it this year or last year? I participated in it. There's a process. We don't have this process in place because of lack of leadership. Everything is down to leadership. So now we are seeking for a good leader who is going to put this process into place. Then when this process is put into place, then we will now start to pick things one after the other. You cannot achieve that now. It is impossible. Impossible. Focus on the leader, on leadership. You said, CM, that leadership is about character. So it is the man that has a character that will be able to sort this thing out. As the head of a family, you have a character, you'll be able to repair or fix the things within the family, the troubles, the loopholes, and everything within the family. But if you have a drunkard or a thief, who is the head? How will he be able to fix the process? Not possible. Even a blind man knows that. So let's focus on what is on the ground. It is Peter Obi because he has credibility. He's transparent. I yield the floor back. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Exactly my line of thought. Because whatever the constitution, the problem we have with the structures, institutions, and system, it all boils down to the leadership and their policies and the free hands they give to the populace. When the head of fish no good, the body self go rotty pass. That's just the truth. So what Mr. Andrew is saying is the same thing I'm saying. We cannot fix the system by just lamentation. We cannot fix the system by just talking. We can only fix the system by getting a responsible leader who understands what it means to put things right. And when the leader takes over power, the leader will do everything possible to make amendment to all sectors that is decaying. That is my opinion, and that's what I think, and that's how the system works. It's not by magic, it's not a rocket science. Somebody that knows how to do it has to come on board, and the person cannot also do it alone. This is where this movement is very important, because these people are saying we need this change. This person will not do it alone because power actually belongs to the people. Thank you very much. And we are talking about the Constitution. I want to ask, how many of us here has the Nigerian Constitution as our Holy Bible?
I do. It's right in front of me. I read it as I read my Bible. Everybody should go and
I
read it.
just say how many. You just say one. I think CM. I don't know if CM has. Maybe he has electronics.
I
And
Me,
Dr.
I don't have it.
I downloaded a copy for reference purpose, but I
You
don't
see
read it
what
like a
CM just
Bible.
said? He downloaded a copy for reference purpose. You see, one of the problems we are facing in our country, we all have faults. The Nigerian Constitution is not a paper you should just hear about. It's like your Bible, the way you have Bible and Quran. As I am talking here, let me shock you people. Hold on. I'm not. This is the Nigerian Constitution with me. It came with me. I'm a human rights activist, and you must base on something to work. This is Nigerian Constitution. I didn't buy just one. I bought this. I bought two. One in the car, always going with me everywhere I go. One at home. I have two. This is the Nigerian Constitution. This is what is this? Child Rights Act 2003. If you must defend, what are you relying on? If you must talk, what knowledge are you talking from? We don't just come and talk because we hear. How evolved are you? This is Police Act. When I engage police, this is what I read. And when I talk to them, they ask me questions. Who are you? Some don't have this value. Some don't even know as a policeman. They don't know the rules. They don't have this book that established them. Some are not aware of this act. By the time you try to educate them, they become afraid. Who are you? That's what they will ask you. They look at you because you are talking to them with knowledge and boldness. This is police act. I'm not in Nigeria now, but how come these are all with me? This is Freedom of Information Act 2011. They are here on my table. I didn't download them. They are books, hardware. Look at it. Freedom of Information Act 2011. I think this is the latest. Oh, Edo State. This is the first Edo State government, a law prohibiting forcible entering an illegal occupant. Land Use Act. The one they brought out in the deed. I had this one like many. I distributed them. You must gain knowledge when you read and when you get involved. This is which one is this? Okay, this is Edo State Sanitation and Pollution Management Law. You don't engage people with empty vessel. If you must talk, talk with the art and rules that guides the art. You don't assume, you don't think. So I just asked this question. How many of us actually have this constitution that know the Nigerian constitution and your right? You know they work, yes, but I am here. You work for me. Upon all the molestation and threat, I'm coming. This is a recovering of premises law, Cap 1. I have so many laws. The one I cannot buy, I photocopy them. So why am I saying this? If we must get involved, just like we are saying, you must have your PVC. You must know why you want to get your PVC. You must be ready. And this is why the Elliot, the cabals, will draw so many things from us. They refuse to teach you your right from primary school. This is supposed to be a subject, knowing your right. You think they don't know what they are doing? They don't want you to know. They want you to be stupid. They want us to be stupid. This is supposed to be a subject in school right from time you know your right, so you can defend it anywhere, whether police, military, anybody, road safety act, or you know it. You know, sir, that is not your right, sir. You are overbearing your boundary. You because you know your right, you stand for it. But how many of us know these things? They make it look like it does not work because you don't even know how to defend your right. They sponge history away from schools. They don't want you to know the history, how it came to be where we are. The successive government, their trick, why it happened, why this failed, why this one worked, the reason why it should have been like this. They don't want you to know. They sponge all these things away because they want you to be like their magiris so that they can control you. I'm sorry I'm taking this your time. I will just not go too far because it pains me to hear people talking about constitution because I know that so many people don't know their right. They don't even know what they are talking about. They just talk by I hear say, they work, not be true. How many have you tested? So it's because of Mr. Andrew and Mr. CM. I just want to be in your middle to see that most of these things will actually work if you are resilient and you follow it up. Though the cabal sometimes delay you, where they know that yes, that is where we have problem. That's where they buy justice. They know you are correct. They will be delaying you. They'll be looking for technical errors to put you out. They know you are correct because they just want to put you out. We have tested almost many law. Me, I don't collect money for road safety hand. They impound my car. I was not in a hurry. At the end, they begin call the beg. How many of you don't collect money from government hand? They will pay you. I told them I want 1 million compensation. They begin beg every day meeting. I sent the representative. Are they Abuja now? Not there around. People were representing. They were begging. Calls were coming to my phones. I not joke. And they talk them online with pride. At the end, after much beg, just to show that it's not the money I want. I said, okay, what do you people have? They were begging with 200,000. The people where they go every day now with BL, wine, assorted wine, drinks, you go carry drink tire. And they tell you, test this law. It works. It works. But you don't just test it when you are not informed. You need to be informed. Just like a movement. If you are so alone, they look at you as stupid. Make sure you have a firm background. As an Edo civil society general, I became a general by force through Mobilization. I don't call myself general here. I just call myself leftist. If you know the heart and what we've done on ground, with these laws that you know. So when people talk sometimes, look at them, is it for real? Are you saying? Yeah, Nigerian constitution, we can say some part, just like the last speaker just said. It's not all that is fraudulent. It's not all. And what we need is constitutional amendment. That is the truth. So I think the next person now is, where is my list? Bermuda, yes, I know. From my forehead, I know it's in Bermuda. Bermuda, please talk to us. To make us start talking now, everybody quiet. I be like pastor when they read from Bible, we know. And you can still know it. Bermuda, talk to us, Jerry. I'm happy.
My brother.
Oh, Garlet, we don't want to disturb you. You know, so that you be the chairman of the day.
Well, yes, sir. I
greet
everybody. I greet everybody. I also say Nakwana, Igbo say Kedu, Yoruba say Ekaro. It talk me, it talk ho. About talk me. I am so happy that we have every this kind of discussion. To start with, my brothers and sisters outside Nigeria, please, if you have your PVC and you know you can vote, please let us go to Nigeria on general election day to vote. That is one thing we should know. Because all those things when we talk so, if we don't follow with action, it will just die. The Bible says faith without work is dead. So before I start, my brothers and sisters who is outside Nigeria, if we know that we have that PVC and we can vote, we should go to Nigeria and vote our choice. Another thing, when one of my brother talk, where we say he really enter me well. Now this issue of where we did, some of us will come up for Nigeria, come the hustle come. And like the current issue now, when you say day for London, I know it's not laughing. I'm not laughing him or making jest of him. You discover that even though they call us they say we both don't like us. We still come here, we see the hustle because we don't care. Like me, I don't care who is the mayor in my constitution, Shasta County. I don't care. All what I know is that if I'm driving out of my house right now and I discover there is pothole or something is wrong in the road, I have access to the mayor. Sense of belonging. The state I belong to have the highest ethnic group in the world, but they are one of the strongest, the richest states in the world. It doesn't matter if now Juju you dey fight for California, you go see her. If now Pekbu, you go see her. If now church or church of the devil, whatever thing you think you any size when you bring come. Ashawo day, anything, armed robber, stealing, breaking of houses, it did. The last time I traveled to Nigeria, before I came back, they break into my house. So, because this thing happen for Nigeria here, if for America here, but the fact remains that those people who did it, the police came and do their fingerprint and traced the camera in my compound, and behold, they get it. That is the system that work. So what I'm trying to say is that the issue of if Hausa man come today and is credible, like Obi that me stand for today, I don't care what is there, I don't care the religion is belong to. I vote him. The problem we have in Nigeria is bad leadership. We don't have good governor. The good governor will come today. Within 4 years, things will normalize. Things will be running well in our country. That is the truth. That is the best truth. I don't even care whether Muslim, Christian, South. Even that zone itself is even the major, one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria. Because they believe say it is their turn. Eminoko, it is my turn. So it is a big problem. That is one of even the biggest problem we have over corruption. But if somebody who is newly genuine, who is ready to work for the country, who is ready to make things, who try to turn things around, my dear, we should forget about where he comes from. We don't even care. People don't even want to rule because they are wrong. Because they believe if you are even running the government, you will not have time to do best thing for yourself and your family. So, for the aspect of where power comes from or where it did not come from, we should just forget about that. The constitution is not a problem. A good governor can fix the constitution. Constitution is not a problem. The problem I think we have right now is to convince Nigeria, an average Nigeria, all over Nigeria, all over the world, to prove to them, let them see reason why we, or person like me, promise to be in Nigeria, pay my money to buy tickets, go to Nigeria. I've changed my leave months now because I want to be there. If let us see how possible we spread this information and let people see how we can convince them and see reason why Obi should be our president. It's as simple as that. That is the problem before us right now. The constitution is not a problem. Those who loot, let them continue to loot. A good governor will come, government will come, and it will recover those things. It's a very simple thing. In where I am, if you like, continue to be. They will you can do fraud. One day they will get you. They will get you. You see, a system that is no accountability because the government is not working. Delegates have sold the life of the generation. We will not allow delegates this. They have already collected the money. We will not allow them to. They have already the life of our great grandchildren have been sold out because the government of the day they have paid. So what we will do is to make sure we spread this information across Nigeria so that at the end of the day we can be able to achieve our goal. See a credible person like Obi become our president. In school, Tinubu, whether he go to school or did not go to school. Where I am here, they pay people to go to school. When I came to America, so As soon as I get what I get, my paper, everything, they are even pay for, at this my old age now, they pay for me to go to school after 40-something years of age. So I still decided, okay, let me take this opportunity. Not that I did not go to school in Nigeria, but so people, education is not really the major problem. The major problem is those idiots, these glutton people who want to eat, take everything that they cannot even eat. That is the problem. Two people go to school, did not go to school, it's not a problem. It's in Nigeria. It's for Nigeria. But I have a friend who told me that Tinubu was his classmate in Chicago. But that is not my concern. But my concern is these looters. We should stop it. We should do everything possible to stop it. If you don't have your PVC, please see how possible you register your PVC and go and register. Make sure you get it right and see how possible. Sorry for that. See how possible we'll be able to vote in that day. And our vote, we can't vote and stand with your vote. Vote your vote and stand with it, let it count, and we know ourselves. The issue of the problem we have in Nigeria today, that you see some of us that come here, whether they call us mocking, whether they call us black slave, whether they call us anything, all kind of thing, we swallow it because we know that if I'm sick today, it's just for me to go to healthcare. I have good road to drive. I will not buy motor today. I will be changing my tire after 6 weeks, or be looking for follow come. So the system is working. So we believe Obi can do it. That is just our aim. Our dream should be something that we have to make sure that the right person is in power, and that will help us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Then for the Igbo man, please let me quickly conclude this. To me, an average Igbo man believe that he is smart of whether a business. But I am not campaigning for Obi. I am not giving my vote for Obi because it's an Igbo man. No. I am begging every reasonable Nigerian to vote for Obi because of his past record. Because he has proved to us that he can do it. Let's see what he can do. If at the end of the day he believes that he's a Maradona, he want to prove that he's very smart. After 4 years, we pull him out. It's a very simple thing. Even before 4 years, we can protest. We can protest. By the time we protest, he will resign. Because if we voted genuinely, we have every right to do whatever we want to do. Today, you cannot tell whoever is in power today, there's no amount of protest you will protest that he will hear. See, Minister of Information, something happened. Instead of him to resign, he's looking for election. He don't care because you are not the one that put him there. So also with education, look at our education in Nigeria today. Even the president, they don't care because you are not the one that put them there because they have already used their money they corrupt. But if it is true that they really see that people voted them in, they will see the reason why they should resign. So my brothers and sisters, let us come together, forget Muslim, forget Ogun Saba, forget Christian, forget North or South. Let us come together and let us reason together. Let us, Isaiah said, come, let us reason together. Even though your sin, your corruption, there is no light being, there is no good road in Nigeria, even there is no good head, there is nothing, everything is, he said, come, let us reason together. With good governance, we can fix our electricity, we can fix our education, we can fix our road, we can fix our head. Everybody will have sense of belonging. Come, Nigeria, let us come together and reason together and produce somebody that will represent us and let us have sense of belonging. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have somebody asked a question here. Let me go back to that question so that we can take it from there, from the comment section. Yes, this question. What happens if OB loses this election? What is our plan B? Or are we going to just continue to wail and wait for the next election while the Fulani herdsmen and bandits continue killing us? I think that's a big question. But nevertheless, we will go back to the next person. The next person is please unmute yourself, Bokudia. Just mute yourself. Sorry, Bokudia and Collins. If you are not talking, please mute yourself because of the noise on the background. So, to Niger, please talk to us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and greetings to members here. Yeah, I heard you talking about how the people need to understand the laws and stuff like that. As good as that is, people generally don't gravitate. There's most people anyway that live daily lives. They want to take care of their children, stuff like that. They don't care too much about politics. That's true for many parts of the world, and it means that the people or politics need to go to them. And you are right to say that the politicians don't want the people to know the truth of their predicament. And this is why I've often advocated that the people need to advocate for things that are simpler to grab a hold of, something that is part of their life every day. And like one of them is to have the government accounts be made public. And if it is made public, people can subscribe to any account, like the NDDC account that they used to develop. They are supposed to be developing in Niger Delta, but most of the funds are being frittered away because people get the money and spend it, and we don't know where the money is going. And for a country like Nigeria, where the people don't trust their governments, I'm surprised people are not latching onto that, because that is one of the ways you can hold people accountable. And you are going to discourage corruption. And not to mention, just that one soup alone can heal a lot of things, like increasing trust in government, enabling people to pay into the system, because now they know when they pay into the system is better for all of them. Because this is what most of the countries we all live in the West do. The countries we live in the West, they put money together, they pay for their roads, pay for their education, pay for the benefits that the gentleman that was speaking earlier on used to go to school and all the rest. Because the people put money together. Nigerians don't do that. We are all individualistic. We have our own power generators. We have our own security guards. We have our own everything. And it doesn't serve us well. We leave the center very weak. Our military is extremely weak. Our police is extremely weak. Our border guards doesn't even exist. We are getting the situation we are paying for. This is what we are investing in. Everything we are seeing now is the handwork of Nigerians, not the government alone. Nigerians also created this system because they don't understand that their country is supposed to be taken care of. They know, they go overseas and see what other people have done, but they come home and they start advocating something else for their own people. That is terrible. Anybody that has been overseas and see what overseas people do and go back to Nigeria to do what they are doing and say something else, they are terrible people. Because how can you see what the West have done, what the Asians have done for themselves? You go back to Nigeria, you say, you know what, let the government do everything. But that's not what other people are doing. The people pay for those things. Council tax, all of them. When you take your salary, almost 50% of it goes to paying for the state. But Nigeria, we don't. That is why we are weak as a nation. You can't even imagine what will happen if we start paying our taxes and paying into the system. What will happen is that now the government now can use that credibility to go and get more investment for the country, to do more things. But because we distrust the government, which is understandable, we don't want to do that. Every time I speak to Nigerians about it, they'll say, let the government do it first. Let the government do it first. Because we don't trust them. This is why I say make government accounts public, so that when we see the money inside there, we will know that, okay, yeah, that money, there's nothing there. We need to put money towards our security. We need to put money towards our education system. There is no, they are just managing to pay the debt off. They don't have money in their hands, or they are running away with our money. We have now found out that they've been running away with their money all this while. Now, because we are seeing the money, they don't want to see it anymore, at least the way they are doing it before. So this is the kind of things we need to advocate for. We need to be demanding from our politicians, because we know we don't trust them. If you tell Peter Obi tomorrow now, you say, do you support making government accounts public? Ask him. Let him tell you what he thinks. If he tells you no, ask him why. Somebody said that everybody has an agenda. If you tell this in Tinubu, something tells me Tinubu will say no. Something tells me Tinubu will say no. That would never happen. And something tells me someone like Atiku would definitely say no to that. But if you have someone like Peter Obi, there's a chance that he could embrace it. And if he embraces it, believe you me, the inroad is going to make into the north. I don't think the northern leaders will be able to stop their people, because now they know that this guy is not there to hide things away from them. He's not there to use the money to make his own people better off, because they will be seeing everything. We have to increase trust in the center, and we have to reduce trust in the center. These two things is very critical for the country. Otherwise, anything else we do, we're going to be second guessing ourselves. If we want to increase our military, we are going to be second guessing ourselves, because we'll say, oh, we don't trust the government. Any money we put into the military, they're going to just spend it. And everything we do, electricity, they'll say they're going to spend the money. That is why people don't pay. Every time I speak to Nigerians, this is the thing that is at the core of it all. And yet, security, for me anyway, security, if we don't have security, nothing we do, all this stuff we are talking is not going to work. We all know it in the UK, in the US. The moment there is any incident, you will see police will surround the whole area. The tiniest incidents. Why do you think they do that? We know that these things are being done, and we don't advocate these things for our country. And we don't want to pay for what it takes to get these things done. Until we are ready to do that, what we are going to be experiencing is similar stuff. And I don't care personally, and I'm not a partisan person, because where we are right now, we don't have room, we don't have the luxury for being partisan, really, choosing APC, PDP, and Labour Party. I don't care. What I care about is people that are going to solve Nigeria's problem. And our problem is not partisan, our problem is our leadership. And what we want them to do is do what we want them to do. We don't want Peter Obi to come and tell us, this is what I'm going to do for you. We don't want Tinubu to come and tell us, this is what I'm going to do for you. No, we will tell him, this is what we want you to do, and this is how we want it to be done as soon as possible. If we don't read them the Riot Act, these people are not going to listen to us. They are going to railroad us into what they want. We can't afford it. I've seen the frustration in Nigerians. I'm dealing with Nigerians every day. We are in Abuja where we want to buy petrol for generator. It's bad enough you are using generator. There's no power supply. But to get petrol, you have to go to black market. It's like the black market has another black market. What kind of country is that? We are running a shambles for a nation. We have to take control from these people. What we need to do is have our demands. I keep saying it. We need to have our demands. If we keep talking about them, we are just giving them all our power. If we don't have our own demands, I don't know what form it's going to take, whether it's going to take the labor union, whether it's going to take the ASU, whether it's going to take a combination of them. They need to have a demand. We can't carry on like this. These people have never run our country as an independent nation. They've never done that. And I keep saying this. They have been running our country as if they are all caretaker governments. Maybe that is the reason why they don't want to do anything significant for our people. They are running our country like caretaker governments, awaiting our recolonization. While we are talking right now, there are moves going on all over the continent. While we are talking about moves going on all over the continent, even Rwanda and Togo and Mozambique is joining the Commonwealth, and the Americans are moving in. They want to stop the Chinese. Our continent is about to be carved up again, and we are here navel gazing, and we are not knowing. We don't even understand what is going on all around us. And this is one part that many of our people don't understand. That part of the equation. We don't understand what is going on around us, what the foreigners think about us, why our country is the way it is. We don't have that calculus in our thinking at all. And we need to start having that because we are an independent people. We are an ancient people, and we have allowed our own children to be our own people we look up to now. We don't have pride anymore, please. Our military is extremely weak for a country of 200 million people. Egypt right here has 700,000 soldiers. Nigeria is barely functioning with 100,000. And we wonder why our country is weak and why we have security. It shouldn't be surprising. It's the obvious thing that should happen. If Egypt had the same number, they will have the same problem. If the UK has the same number, they will have the same problem. The same with America. Any country that does that, they will have the same problem. So why are we blaming the government? We all know what the problem is. It's us. We don't know these facts. Why do we not know them? I don't know why we don't know them. Because I just discovered some of all these facts barely 2 years ago. And I'm relatively an old man. Why do we not know this thing? Our leaders don't tell us. They pretend as if they are running the country, but they are not. They are just servants for other people, listening to what other people tell them to do. But we have to know this, our people. Our people are the ones that can change it. No matter how much they bribe our leaders, no matter how much they threaten our leaders, if we, the people, change, that will be the end of their power. Foreign powers and our leaders that are corrupt, none of them will be able to control us. That is the root. That is the heart of the problem. Because if you trust any leader, that leader can sell you. But if the people decide that this is what they want, how much are you going to bribe Nigerians? Good luck trying to bribe the whole Nigerians. That is at the source of our strength. We, the people, have to decide what we want. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, that is why the people, the epitome of all what you just said now is that's why the people are saying they want the change. Because change cannot come from nowhere. Change is going to come when the people are ready to take the change and to make the change. And nobody's going to ever give you your right until you demand for it. So everything is still boiling down to we. That's why we are here talking. That's why we're expecting a lot of people to be part of this movement. That's why we want people to get involved and get knowledge and know what is actually happening to them. Most Nigerians know just that they are afraid and all that. But it has come to the point where some are already getting frustrated and the government is now losing it. Watch properly, sir. The government is losing it because people are angry. People no longer see it as business as usual. People are now asking many questions. A lot of people are running away from the country. Many are dying in the sea in a bid to run away. Not that because they really want to run away, because it's not working for them. So when it's like this is when the revolution starts. This is how demanding of what you just said, we need to demand. That demand is what is happening today. I don't know the other demand you want us to demand. The youth and everybody is demanding for, let's rescue this country. People want change. And the man has said, we can change this. And we can no longer share money. We can no longer do this. We can no longer do this. You don't need to steal again if you are not sick. What else do we need to demand?
It has to be specific. The reason why I say that is because NSAS, if you look at what they did, they demanded specific things. If you say we want 1 million man army, we want 1 million man police, which Peter Obi has already said, that's specific. You're asking for something specific. If you tell them restore security, they will do it their own way. They will say, let's get our brother to make CCTV.
This is Peter Obi just started like just less than a month ago, sir. I think we discussed this thing, and we had issues together with this before. You are still bringing it up. Peter Obi just started just less than a month ago, and he's still saying this is it and this is the. He has been pointing fingers straight to the oppressors, and he's telling Nigeria you have to drive them away. You had one of the video we played. He said, including myself, because I'm part of the system. About 70-something of the people in the corridor of power are not supposed to be there. They are lunatic, they are mad, they are crazy. So what do you expect people to say? Somebody's already telling us his mind. And we know that this person knows what he's doing.
The reason why I say that is that like the people are already asking the question about Plan B.
The issue we had, this is exactly the same thing I had with it the other time. Please let somebody else talk. You must not always. You have spoken. We give you all the time. So when I'm responding, I am just like what you said. I am just like relaying on them and sharing it for the next person to have a view.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Can I contribute? Can I contribute, please?
I haven't said anything.
Hold on. After 2 Naija, it's Collins.
Okay,
Collins will
thank
talk.
you.
I have the list.
Yeah,
I'm following how you feel. You have not said
thank
anything
you.
to get to your talk. I'm not. I don't have any singular interest, but I have a caller here. Let's listen to this caller. Caller, please tell us where you're calling from, your name, and tell us and talk to us.
Okay, I'm calling from Halifax. Can you hear? I need to mute the TV first. Just give me a second, please.
Okay, Halifax. This Canada man.
Yeah. Correct.
I remember you were almost cutting my tongue the other time. Hardly.
No, I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm only just getting used to talking on live TV, so sometimes I'm more anxious than normal.
It's not you that is the problem. I am the problem. They pronouncing the word Halifax. Look like a female name. Halifax, a Muslim female name.
No, Halifax. There's also a UK Halifax as well. So there are a lot of Nigerians here, and we have a big community here.
Very good.
Anyway, going back to the point, the last caller, he was saying we should put our demands and all of that. You know, I feel like, someone else also said that we should not put the cart before the horse, and he was very correct. What we should do, first of all, is get a good leader in there. He's coming, this particular person is coming and saying we should put our demands. Everybody is doing something. You have this show, you are doing something to contribute towards the cause. Everybody's doing it. He shouldn't be a follower. He should also be a leader. What's he doing? Is he drafting something that we're going to use as our core demands? So, and then I also find that a lot of people come and they'll say, are the youths ready? Are the youths ready? If the youths are not ready, we will not have this kind of strong movement. The people in their 50s and 60s failed the country. They want us to be docile. They want people to say, oh no, Obi will not win and all of that stuff. And they feel they didn't hold the government accountable. The youths are holding government accountable. And instead of coming and saying, are the youths ready? Just like this man is saying, we should do this, we should do that, we should do this. He should be a leader. He should also make the movement so that people will follow him. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So what he's saying is we should stop wailing and we should stop putting the cart before the horse. We should follow the system the way it's going. After all, we've been there ever since. What have we done as a people to make the change? Yes.
I propose the ideas like making government accounts transparent, recruiting a specific type of number of military and police officers to increase security and give our people jobs at the same time, while increasing.
Mr. Collins, please talk to us.
Okay. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the panels. For me, nothing much. Everybody have said well because I heard what everybody said. Look at like the last caller said. What he said is what I think that is the most important thing that we should drive our focus to. For me, the reason why you see me agitating for P2B or anything, I'm not agitating for P2B because I'm from the East. Before, my candidate before this election started is Professor Pat Otome. That was the person I want him to come in to rule Nigeria because those are the caliber of people who are supposed to be ruling Nigeria. Those are the caliber of people. If you watch in that Labour Party, if you watch the kind of people who are driving this Labour Party, they are the people that mean well for Nigeria. If you watch the people that inside that Labour Party, even before P2B came in, they want a better Nigeria. They want a good Nigeria because they have the vision how Nigeria is supposed to be seen. These are the educated people, not all those people that don't even know anything. They just want to be president for nothing. But if you look at the people that want a good thing for Nigeria, they are the people in that Labour Party. if you watch the way they talk, the way they organize themselves, even they've been moving around, trying to make sure that in this 2023, can we get Nigeria in a good way where everybody can say, I'm proud to call myself a Nigeria, So, and when you see people be joining them, that is when I know, say, okay, if people like Professor Pat Otomi can also say, okay, I trust people can move this movement, then I should care on it. So that is why I not devoted most of my time, because I listen to people hard and talk. I've been following Professor Pat Otome for more than since 2007 or thereabout. So he's somebody I respect so much. So when you see those caliber of people coming out speaking about the vision they have for Nigeria, and because they mean well for Nigeria, because if he don't mean well for Nigeria by now, he should have been hold one or two positions. But because of Nigeria, those people now don't want those kind of people to come into power because they don't share the same idea with them. So that is why you see people like that still like, because they want Nigeria to move forward. So when I see such a people speaking about, look at how we are going to get it right, I have to keep to that movement. And when you come to all these people, they're talking about P2B, like I keep saying this, in that we should make sure that at the end of the day, let this young man get to this office first, because you cannot be demanding something if that person is not in that office. Let this person get, because P2B knows the reason, because now it's the people that is voting you. People are the one voting for you. Then if at the end of the day, they vote for you, they are going to demand a lot from you, and you are going to work for them, because you are not putting it there for you to work for yourself. We are going to work for us. So when him assume that power, like I keep saying, they keep talking about he's not going to make anything with the House of Assembly, and I keep debunking it, telling them that once Peter Obi got there and have a good team, when you have, when President Yaradua, when Yaradua was in office, because he was the best president Nigeria ever dream of. For me, Yaradua was the best president we ever see. So if you watch the team Yaradua was working with that time, most of them are people who are very talented, who are very gifted, and very nice people who you can cheer for. Then, and they have vision, what they want to do for Nigeria. So if P2B can get those kind of a good sound team, if you want to put minister, you know who you are appointing for minister. If you want to put for ambassador, imagine somebody ambassador. If you watch all those countries, they post as an ambassador. Most of them don't even know where their citizen is. They don't even know how their citizen is faring. So when you have a good ambassador posting to a country, that person can represent you in anywhere. If you are being caught in anywhere, your ambassador will come and intervene in your situation. But most of us don't even know who is our ambassador in any country we are today. So because they don't care about us. So those are the team I'm talking about. When you have all those good teams, if you are posting somebody to become ambassador in America, you post somebody who is going there for his own people, not for his own purse. So those are the kind of team that P2B have to be like, if I'm going here with my team, this is how we're going to get it well. So when you get all those people who want good for Nigeria, because they want, if Nigeria is good, it's good for them. Not people that they don't care about how Nigeria is being run. They don't care about how the whole thing is being moving. Like today I was watching in Arise News, because all this, I think the problem Nigeria have is the media. The Nigerian media don't even help the citizens at all. Because when they were interviewing one guy, there was a guy they were interviewing, asking him about the PDP chance of winning the election. Because the guy said the reason PDP will not win the election because they jettison the zoning of a 10. So instead of the guy that was interviewing that, you keep mentioning PDP and APC. That the same guy he is interviewing keep telling him that we have three forces. Even P2B movement is the most important movement now. He keep ignoring that kind of thing because that is what because they already collected money. They don't care about whatever people are talking about. But the only thing that will surprise them, because these days now, I don't need to listen to channels for me to get my information. Now I can listen to your channel. I can listen to other people. So there are so many ways I can get information. Even how many Nigerian people tune to our channels to watch what is going on in channels? They don't care. So now we can get my news in Facebook. I can get my news in WhatsApp. I can get my news in Instagram. So it's very easy for me to get news on Twitter. I can get news anywhere I want. So I don't need to go to Arise News or anywhere. So, but it will surprise them. But at the end of the day, because the way the movement is going, you look at how the youth, everybody now, because now the change have to start by us, and everybody have started, because we've been voting this kind of people for like 20-something years now. The same PDP members are the same people in APC. The same APC members are the same people in PDP. So they keep like every transfer you put, like it's like in football, you want to go to another club, you just put a transfer request, say, I want to move to another club. They will just transfer you, go there. So that is how they've been running Nigeria, because it's the same people. The same people, they keep recycling it, the same kind of people. So for me, if you watch this Labour Party and watch MPP and all the rest, these are no face of people, who wants a better thing for the country, because they know if Nigeria is working, it's working for them and also it's working for me. So I think by now, the focus should be, how are we going to make sure that at the end of the day, this man win this election? Because from there, we cannot kick and begin to demand whatever we want. But for now, the focus should be, how can we make sure that P2B win that election? And everybody is doing everything possible. I know Nigerians are, if you watch back home, people are doing their best. Everybody is trying, because they change, they want to take it. Everybody is trying in their own way. People are contributing in their own way, because I can't see any Nigerian youth now that is not trying. Everybody is trying. Even people that you see, they want to go and register. They stay there for like 6 hours, 8 hours. That is effort. They're also doing something. So for me, I do encourage them, and I want them to keep doing it. They shouldn't maybe give up, because even if you go to get your PVC, you are contributing. So, and I like that spirit. So the thing we should be keep doing is encouraging them. Anyone they are doing, if you know anywhere you can contribute, even as we are talking here, we also can contribute, because at the end of the day, you call your people back home, people will still watch this thing and be listening. So we all contributing one way or the other. So that is my own contribution for now.
Collins, thank you very much. Your contribution is well observed and carried. There are so many questions I've been putting on from the comment sections. Like somebody asked, if we lose election, what is our plan B? And we had somebody that replied, our plan B would be total protest, or we will not allow the corrupt people to carry on. And I think that question is was a very good one, because we should also have a plan B. But that plan B will come like the way the movement is coming. That is my belief. It is a movement. These people want this, and they are going to make sure they protect what they want. So, however, there's going to be any problem, the movement continues. They are going to fight to the end, just like the EndSARS. Upon all the killing and all, that is what is even instigating a lot, because these people have beaten more than they could chew. So with that, I'll go to God's son. God's son, please talk to us. It's your turn.
Hello, yeah. Good afternoon, yeah. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah. I just turned up not too long ago. I think you guys have been going for some time before I turned up. Anyway, I wanted to start off with the this my brother that spoke about. I know the most important thing to him, from what I've always heard, is he always talks about security, the army, and about making demands from these people to making demands and all that. I think a lot of people have made contributions. I think those points are good, but what we have to realize is that for you to be able to hold somebody accountable to you, that person must feel that you have a stake. If Tinubu wins the election, for example, we know how they're going to win the election. Their so-called structure is all about buying people over and influencing things using shady means to get there. When somebody like that gets there, you can't demand anything from him. He doesn't owe you anything, because he's got there not because you helped to put him there. He's got there on his own, so he doesn't owe you anything. And this is the difference between the democracies in the first world, in places that the America, the UK, and all these countries. This is different because those people, when they come into office, they know that people voted them there, and they are answerable to those that voted them in. So that is why I'm so prayerful that this movement, actually brings in Peter Obi the way it's going. Okay? Because if he brings him in, it will be clear to all and sundry that this man was put here by the masses. And he will be answerable to those people that put him there. Because they have a stake. They are the ones that put him there. And when they are making demands on him, he will have to listen because they put him there. And the same way they put him there, they can also be removed. Nigeria has to get to that point where people in office know that or we have to run a system that ensures that people can actually go and vote and get people in and out of office. If people keep using money to buy delegates and rig the system and get there, they're not answerable to anyone. And that is the issue with Nigeria. So the first step, I know a lot of people have talked about this, the first step will be to get the right man in there first and let the votes of the masses count. That's the first step. If we don't get past that step, every other thing we're saying is a waste of time. Because if the system, if everything carries on the way it's been going on all these years, then it's a waste of time. Demanding you want to see a good road, you want to see accounts. It's a waste. That's rubbish. Because those people are not answerable to you. Those things you are saying, they're not interested. Because they're not answerable to you. They've got there using the shady means. They normally get there. Once they get there, it's bye-bye. See you in 4 years. That has been the system for the past 40 years. Every 4 years, they will come and share money, get what they want, and say bye-bye. See you in 4 years. And the system just carries on. And they're not answerable to anyone. And the rubbish keeps going on. So that is the first step. The first step will be to get the right man in there and let the voices, my prayers are let the voices of the masses, let it be heard. Let this election actually elect the right person. Then we're on track. Then that's the first step. And once we're on track, we can now begin to make demands. We want this. We want this. And if the right man gets there, I keep saying, I know I was saying to my wife the other time, I keep praying, if Nigerians can even experience 1 year of good leadership, just 1 year of good leadership, where things actually work, Nigerians will never go back. The masses will never want to come back to what it is now. The problem why it's looking as if this is so difficult is because lots of people have not experienced the other side. Because the people in power have not allowed them to experience this other side of democracy, where things work, where they're able to reap the benefits of good governance. If Nigerians can experience it for even 6 months or 1 year and see the fruits of good leadership, oh my goodness, you will not, this thing we're talking about will stop. Because the minute anyone comes there and wants to try anything, people will lay their lives down. But the reason why it's continuing like this is because people don't know any better. And that's why I'm praying that this time around, let's shake this thing off. Let's shake it off so people can see and begin to benefit. Because the minute they begin to benefit, they will not want to experience this bad leadership again. No? It will not happen again. Even in these countries where we live in Britain, there's still some corruption, but their own corruption is not to the level. The kind of corruption in Nigeria now is the kind that people they are stealing to the point that they are being celebrated. They are being celebrated. Somebody can lie, somebody can do whatever, and it doesn't matter. It's Nigeria. They will say, it doesn't matter. Look at MC Oluomo saying that he doesn't care whether Tinubu has certificate or not. They are not concerned. Tinubu will be president whether people like it or not. This is the system. This is what people are saying. This is how people are believing the system should be. It does not matter whether he's a criminal, whatever he's done is irrelevant. In Nigeria of now, it doesn't matter what his record is. It doesn't matter whether he's going to steal money. It doesn't matter because that's how it's always been. It's always been like that. And Nigerians have accepted it. But I'm happy. I'm happy that people are waking up. And my only prayer is that this movement actually yields something at the end of the day. Because if he does yield something, and this man actually gets to power, and he can just do some things, because I believe the only way we can judge this man, this Nupito Obi, is what he's done before. Okay, if these people are saying because he's from the east, it's not that. If he was Rochas, like Rochas Okorocha, the former governor of Imo State, or these other ones, that people, nobody will be supporting them. It doesn't matter whether it's Igbo or not, or whether it's relevant. In fact, sometimes I used to hope that this P2B was actually maybe a Yoruba man or Hausa man, so that maybe more people will buy into it. Because sometimes I don't know, is it because it's an Igbo man that people are so don't want to see what is going on? Sometimes I used to wish if this man was Yoruba man, maybe they will buy it better. Because what Nigerians want is good leadership. The Nigerians want someone that can work for them. The tribe is irrelevant. Although for some people I think it's so important. It has to be their own tribe, or else they will not buy into it. And that has always been the problem. That has always been, and that is why these Northerners have always used it against us, because they believe that the best way is to divide them. But I'm hoping, and I believe that the way things are going, watching all these videos and the way people are registering, let's just hope that things continue like this. And I pray that at the end of the day, Nigerians can even experience a little bit, because I believe that is what is going to solve all these problems we have in Nigeria, for people to have a little bit of enjoyment of what good leadership can be, even if it's for 1 year or 2 years. These things will stop. All this corruption, all this looting, all this thing will stop, because people will not stand for it. And for those that are scared, because I know I was listening to a show and I wasn't able to contribute yesterday. I think some people were talking about, if P2B gets there and he's the only Labour Party man and all that, some people are scared that they're going to cripple the government. I don't think if the youth and all the people that are campaigning, if we're able to get him across the line and he gets there, whether he's the only Labour Party man in the whole of the House, Senate, everywhere, and people can see what he's doing. Like, all P2B needs to do is to come to the public and say, this is what I want to do. Open it up. The House and the Senate say, no, this is what I want to do for Nigerians. If they want to steal money, you blow it open. Let everybody know what is going on. Because if Nigerians know what is going on, Nigerians will go to that Abuja and go and sit down there. If they see that this man wants to do something, but people in the House and Senate are saying because they've not padded the budget or they want to steal money, that's why. Nigeria will burn. Because you will say, this man that will suffer to put here, you people want to frustrate him. You people are the ones that will get out from there. These things will change. The prayer is for the first step is to get a good leader in. Once you get a good leader in, other things will start to fall into place. All these other issues, I'm not even scared about those things. My worry is, let's get him in. Can we get him in? Can we get somebody in? Once we do that, the rest will fall into place. The rest are just a walk in the park. That's what I feel anyway. So thank you very much. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get the right person into place, then every other thing will fall into place. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing, Najara. On that note, let me call our Hugo. I think this is the first time I'm seeing Hugo here. Hugo, please talk to us. Tell us where you're calling from and where you are joining us from. Unmute yourself, sir. Okay, I've unmuted you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Pennsylvania, Lancaster City.
Pennsylvania, that's America.
America, yeah.
This is the first time you are joining us, sir.
Yes.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So I hope you've been listening. So talk to us.
Yeah, I've been listening, and I want to make a little contribution. I want our people to forget about if P2B will fail or not. This is a movement, and the united will stand, divided will fall. And if you listen to P2B since he has been starting his campaign, it's not talking about army, it's talking about the system. The problem we have in Nigeria is system. Once P2B or whoever been there try to, control the system, I think everything will be okay. Like I've been in many other countries, like other small countries in Africa, there is corruption everywhere. But I think Nigeria corruption is bad. And I'm happy now that the youth have waken up. I don't think that nothing will stop them. This is the movement. It's election, but I'm telling you, it's a revolution. And we must reach there, and P2B must be there. So, like the other men that have talked before me, I appreciate the way he talked. I think he made some sense in what he was saying. So I want everybody to know that this is not about Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani. This is about future of our children. Because if you continue going this way, APC, PDP, or whoever, for me, like the other one that say, if somebody like P2B is a Yoruba or Hausa, I will vote for the person that know that is going to lead us to the promised land. Another thing I want to say about Nigeria. Nigeria have a lot of damage. I don't think that it will take time to heal. And we need somebody like P2B to drive us to the promised land. Because if somebody like P2B is there, I think P2B cannot work with corrupt people. I know when P2B was governor of Anambra State, they trying to impeach him because he don't want to be in a corrupt something. And they impeached him, he later come back. And he did a lot of job in Anambra State. I think with P2B, we're going to get it right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hugo. Thank you for joining us. Please always join us. You can support us by clicking the like button, share, and even support us. You can click on the dollar sign because we also need great support and contribution. We are not just here alone. We are spending a lot of time and money. We have a lot of staff and all that, covering it almost all part BD, Lagos, and all that. So, way forward, I want to thank what's his name that gave us that gave us something. I think his name is David. Thank you very much. I saw you and I've been highlighting it. It's a way of also telling you thank you, but I just felt I still have to mention it. But there is a question that have been asked by these British victims. Nobody has actually answered it. He's still asking us to say somebody answered it on the comment section. But he said none of us have spoke about this same question. So
what's the question? Can you repeat the question?
This is the question.
Go ahead.
What happens if Peter Obi loses this election? What is our plan B? Or are we going to be just continue to wail and wait for the next election while the Fulani herdsmen and bandits continue to kill us?
Yeah, I'm going to wait that. I'm going to disregard Fulani herdsmen to kill us. If Obi loses the election, don't forget the movement after it. And we continue with the same movement. When you lose election, there is no plan B. The plan B is you regroup back again. This awareness continue. It must not stop. Should he lose it, this awareness will continue every day. We will continue to re-educate ourselves. Enlightening ourselves with the purpose that we will change people's mind. That is what happens when people lose this election. They go back and check, why did we lose this election? And see how we will work towards it and win it the next time. The movement have started. It's a good question. I'm only responding to part B, not part A. No, I mean part A, not part B. It is a good question. However, there is absolutely nothing we can do. We cannot go to war. I am not a subscriber of war or violence. It ain't going to happen. We regroup. We continue this movement, educating ourselves toward another 4 years. We don't need to wait for the 4 years to come first. This was just something that just happened in the spur of the moment, and we're taking advantage of it. Now, if it happens, should that happen, we now continue from where we stop. We ain't going to stop. That is the best response I can give. I believe the other panelists would like to weigh into it as well too. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Omodia, you have something to say.
The truth remains that life is simple, life is easy, depends on how you take it. Election is not a do and die affair. Thank God the person in question that we are hoping, believing, trusting God that it will come to become our president said that he's not ready for, he's not a do or die affair. So if he loses, as the last person just said, we continue to press forward, continue to share this awareness, let people see reason why a person like Obi should be our president. So it's not something of war. It's not, we know there's not going to be fight. We will take it, we will accept it, we will accept the result, however it comes, whosoever that win, and that is the choice of the Nigeria. That is what they want. If they want to continue with the poverty, they want to continue with no care, no education, nothing, no sense of belonging. If that is the choice, like the delegate of the two parties have already sold the future of Nigeria. That is why we are agitating right now. That is why we are crying. We don't want to repeat itself again. So if at the end of the day, the Nigeria people or the Nigeria youth or the Nigeria who believe that there's no structure, they want to collect 5,000, 2,000 to vote for or Tinubu or Atiku in question, whoever they want to vote for, fine. It is what they will continue. We will continue to be crying again and again. But we that believe that Obi is the right person to rule the country for now, we will go back and see how possible we set the awareness, see how possible we make it easy for people to understand why person like Obi, it must not be Obi, person like Obi, but right now Obi happen to be the number one leading idea of what we think to change Nigeria. So the issue of whether he lose or not should not be a problem. If he lose, fine. If he win, we'll all glory to Almighty God. That is my contribution. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Frank.
Hello, thank you, brother. And the first, somebody that just answered that question, thank you very much. But for my own area of view, depends how he lose. If he lose by vote buying, we will not agree to that. So we will take it to the next level. But if he lose, when we look it, the way he lose in a fair way. For me, we are not going to make any war with anybody, but if he lose by vote buying or by ringing or any way that is not corresponded to the law, then we will go further, maybe by the court or anywhere else. That is just my answer to that question.
Okay, is there any other person that have answer to that question? Colleagues, who is it? Okay, Hugo. Hugo, talk to us.
For me, I have answer.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, the way things are going, it will lose. But if we lose in a manner, we continue the movement. But I don't think Peter will gonna lose. So what's the most important thing is us to be strong and continue the movement so that we shall, get what we want. We should not be thinking about Peter will lose. Let us go forward and do what is necessary for him to be in the power. I don't think Peter will lose between Atiku and Tinubu. No one of them is more than Peter. I think our people have woken up. It's not about the party. It's not about the ethnic. It's about the person we're going to put in Nigeria to lead us to promised land. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Sia.
Yes. That's a very, although it's a rhetorical question, but it's important we address it because sometimes you have to play the devil's advocate. What I want to say is this: anybody can lose the election, but like the last speaker was saying, let it be free and fair. And for it to be free and fair, in other words, they mean merit. I do not see on the balance of evidence before us today who merited that position more than Peter Obi, given the followership and the voice of the people from the streets. But you know, you never know who will say I will vote for you and go behind, or because it's something secret ballot, and vote for whoever. But what are we used to gauge? In other words, to discount, sort of to set aside that perspective is the people have suffered enough, and they felt that collecting money from politicians, even if they give you 100,000 each voter, it's not still not going to cut it. So people now are wiser, particularly the youths. They want a change. So I do not see Peter be losing that election. That is the first thing. But should he lose, it then means that the awareness has been created. And if he loses in a free and fair election, it means that henceforth, there's nobody that can be rigged out of election again. Because what you are now trying to say is that people will be lost. Despite all this awareness and everything, they still feel that somebody else coming behind who I don't know, not an APC or PDP, somebody else coming behind who we haven't known, haven't seen, will now suddenly spring up and supplant P2B in terms of public acceptability. So if he loses, he wouldn't win. I don't know, advocate war. Rather, we come back and re-strategize and learn a lesson. Who is that person that will beat him? But until then, we now wait and see.
To Niger, you have something to say? You have answer to that?
Yeah, the plan B should be started. It should have started now, and I believe that by the time they get in, whatever plan B you are going to try to execute may be too late. That is my problem. I said it in the chat that the powers that be, have their definitive demands for this leader. The leaders know what they expect of them, and they do it to the letter. If we pretend as if we are going to just have saviors come and save us, we've never had them for the last 6 years. We've never had it. And it means that we are not watching history. We are not monitoring what has been happening. The only thing that would change that, from what I have seen, I've looked at it from up, down, left, right, all the other directions. The only thing that can change it is the people. And if the people start now, they have a chance. By the time they get in, it might be too late. Because I'm not just looking at Nigeria alone. I look at the other aspects of the environment on the continent and the world, the way the power dynamics of the world, what is happening right now. And I think that we have to start now. And that's the way I look at it. Plan B will be too late.
Are you done?
I'm trying to keep it brief. I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyway, as for me, I don't see any reason why Peter Obi will lose, judging by the movement and the way we are going. But however, if anything like that happens, that would be that it is illegal, it is not proper. And I believe with this movement we have,
You have muted yourself. Nobody can hear you.
okay, I don't see how Peter Obi will lose this election. Judging from what we are saying, it's like example of what happened during Abiola time, where everybody was yearning for change. Everybody wanted Abiola. And at the end of the day, he won, but they denied. It was open, it was clear that it was denied. And he went by himself to declare himself the people's president. Because it was clear to the whole world. And Babangida confessed to that. He actually annulled it because of Abacha and all that he actually won. That was the military junta in time. But this is not military time. This is democratic time. We call it democratic time. At least we have some free right and free right to exercise. So I don't see it happening like that, because these people, it just started, my brothers and sisters. Before the election, when campaigns begin properly, then we'll begin to read within the lines. It will be very glaring that at the time, there are things that will be so glaring that sometimes you will find it difficult to say, if I do this thing now, once we will know, this thing is just too clear. Especially they are coming up with some gadget to say this. And I also understand that the North are also declaring public holiday like Bonu and Plateau State for registration. There's a question I saw: how come Bonu is always almost having same registrant as Lagos? Of recent, these are questions people are already asking INEC online, that they went to check the numbers of registrants in Bonu is almost equaling Lagos. And by law, by looking at it, they are not supposed to be like that. How come it suddenly increased? People are already demanding answers for that. And people will continue to demand answers because we already see. Somebody asked, who appointed the INEC chairman? Who appointed those that's going to count? Who appointed the security? There's a game actually going on. But that is why we are talking to Nigerians. Let's beat them to the game. We're going to start to ask them questions. Yes, we need to start to ask them questions now. Transparency, especially INEC. Especially INEC. I saw that write-up. The person went online to see this, say, how come that we should start to ask INEC question that there's something fishy, that the North are already falsifying figures. That is not possible. Before now, there were so numbers. Just of now, they are already equaling Lagos. And these are the people, they have desert in their area. Desert area, the North. How possible they are so much? They have so many war, killings upon all. There's this too much. How possible? It has come to fact that such area that have desert, they are not supposed to have too much people because of the condition of the area is not too favorable. How come they are not claiming, have we gone there? How many people do you see on the streets when you go to the corridor? I've had opportunity to travel to some parts. How many people do you see on the street? Why are there more than Lagos? That you see people everywhere. Why are there more than Port Harcourt? So these are some of the questions, like somebody just said, no, we should start demanding questions from INEC. Now, we should start demanding questions every day from INEC. Why is it this? Why is it that? Why is this? Why is it that? Judging from what we have seen, why are you people doing this? Why are you people not doing this? Why are these numbers like this? So how do we put them to check? If we're able to do this, I assure us, we would have beaten them half. Because I tell you what, I tell you the truth, there is a plan, hidden plan going on. You see, most of these people like Tinubu and PDP, they are not just talking. They kept quiet because more than just they do what you would like. But what we go do, we go see to it. But it's not business as usual. It's not business as usual at all. So who join us now? Some people just join us. Let me call them before I go round again. And Bright, thank you. I just saw
I want to speak something, please. I want to say something.
Who's that? George? Chris?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Chris.
Concerning.
Let me quickly tell you something. Chris, please. You are fond of always putting on your mic when you are not talking, and the noise on your background. Even when I mute you, you keep on muting yourself. You are giving me enough job to be muting you all the time. So please, if you are not talking, or just mute yourself. Anyway, talk now. Just say what you want to say. But I'm only giving you that advice in advance. Thank you. Talk. Say what you want to say. Talk to us.
Okay, sorry, sir, if I'm giving you a lot of job here. Sorry, I'm incisive, sorry. Concerning Plan B, what's next action if P2B lose the election? You know, like when you say more concerning what my honorable colleague says, election is not do or die, or if you lose, there must well no. It depends how P2B lose the election. If they lose the election by rigging, like what we saw in APC, after 97, they just can't Congress, which is uh, corruption practices. So it depends how P2B lose the election, or they lose the election by vote buying, or they lose the election by rigging. So if we lose the election by vote buying or by rigging, the youth will protest. Say no, the youth will demand justice because that's the best thing. Only thing the youth will demand what justice, and if it is possible, because INEC is an independent what electoral community, INEC will when INEC verify it and cancel the election will be amended. So will be conducted again. Sorry. That's what my contribution concerning someone say issue of Borneo and Lagos. You're supposed to ask yourself a question. When you say issue of Borneo and Lagos, you ask yourself a question. Borneo borders how many countries? In Nigeria, day-to-day concerning the system we are today, everything is possible. If I may ask you a question, have you traveled out from Kano International Airport? If you have the opportunity to travel there, you know that a person from Niger Republic will attend before you as a Nigerian citizen. So that is the issue in Borneo. They will give you the same amount of population, amount of registration in Lagos, or the same in Borneo, because some rumors come across 2015 between Goodluck and Buhari election. So this election, some people say that some Niger Republic come across Nigeria to vote. Some say some come across once again shared. But for my experience in Kano International Airport, a Nigerian man, which is the same as I'm not saying because of ethnic sentiment or ethnic bigotry, but what I experienced and some of my friends experienced, Nigerian man will first of all move and attended before you attended as a Nigerian citizen. That is the case in Borneo, in case in Lagos. I rest my case.
That means to say that INEC, if not conspiracy, a lot of conspiracy, why would a Borno man, a J man, because I understand, and somebody said this before, that they brought in a lot of people from Chad, Niger, to reach, and this is the numbers they are claiming. Then why are we doing this? Would INEC deny not knowing if they are not complicit? So what is our plan on that regards? These are so many questions we should be, the youth should put across to INEC. They said they are independent. They are not independent. They are not independent at all. They are being used with the government of the day. It was only Goodluck Jonathan, and why he did that was because he saw the trouble kept for him if they are now seen as the winner. Did he actually lose? He saw the trouble. And the trouble today is what is still emanating. It just hands up in hand say, it's not a do or die thing. No Nigerian worth the blood. When he made sure that statement, you people did not understand. You already saw all these machineries on ground to terrorize people. And that is where we are today. And it's a pity that we are, it's a pity that today we are the ones suffering it. So, Nigerian youth, we need to really wake up and take these people out of the corridors of power. Precious, please talk to us. You just joined us. Yes, Precious, talk to us. Tell us where you're joining us from. Before I go round again to ask questions and we round up. Please, Precious. Oh, we lose Precious. Yes, I want us to go all over again to discuss the same topic. We want to give everybody one's opportunity before we'll be rounding it up. I will start this time from the way it is with the number of people I have here. I think now is CM. We don't have man on bed here anymore. Yes, CM. I'm starting from CM.
Okay. Thank you once again. Thank you once again. I think I will take off from where you stopped in terms of your discussion. Yes, already I'm convinced within me that there's an advanced plan, maybe scientific or maybe super scientific, by INEC to rig the forthcoming election in favor of a northern candidate. You see, when we say the INEC is registering more people or the same number, let people is registering or issuing PVC to the population of Borno, and then it appears to be equal to that of Lagos. I mean, we should worry. We should worry in the sense that these people, what they want to do, I think this is an APC formula. I recall that in Anambra State, when without a recognized primary by INEC, they bring out Andy Oba to be APC candidate last November. What Andy Oba claimed was over 300 and something thousand people are members of APC in Anambra State, meaning that they've already planned that they will write the results to reflect that figure. So it so happened that people are saying in the actual election proper, you couldn't even make up to 40,000 people. Then people start to worry. How can you have over 300,000 as members? So this is what they are planning. But in this case, they want to get it right by saying, when I say they will now declare results from Borno State. If you raise an eyebrow, they say after all, PVC issued in Borno was so million. Then if you are getting so number of people turning out on the day to vote for their candidate, I mean, where your doubt I mean, your question is unfounded. That is what, because everything they will tell you, INEC, how many people did you issue PVC? You may say 100. Okay, 100 are having PVC. How many voted on the whole day? 80. Then how many were voided? Maybe 20. So how many were valid votes? You say 60. Out of that 60, how many did this candidate got? Oh, 57. Then the rest we share the remaining maybe 3 or something like that. You know, those type of scientific trick. So everything we fit in. Any question you ask, they provide an answer. Any question to defeat you. And before you know it, they say go to court. If you go to court, which is Tanko's Supreme Court, they will allow everything to get there and then they finish you off. Say this is it. If you now complain, they say you are not a Democrat. So we all know this. We all know this. But what one thing, like you said, Litoya, what we should be doing, we should be raising probably as people, as people are becoming enthusiastic to get PVC. We should also monitor how many people have been issued and in what area. You can't tell me that the population of people that want to vote in Borno should equal that of Lagos at all. It can never ever be, never. So these are the type of scientific this thing. And moreover, mind you, Borno is already northeast, and the Atiku is from that side. Before you know, they say he locked down his own area. That is what they want to tell you. So all these things are pointers, but to what extent or how are we going to react to them? It is by raising this thing and then be putting it on the front burner. Let it generate discourse. But even in the end, like somebody earmarked one time, our media, the press is the problem of Nigeria. When I say this, I don't know why they don't flow with the people. If you see the way they interview these northern politicians or the way they handle critical issues, they are not asking questions based on the fact that this is the evidence on the ground. You see, and that brings me to this Niger Watch, why I respect this platform. Before we debate anything here, I think Itoya, you know it. We not they first of all show you the video clip of the person either saying it openly or implied by the attitude of the people around, and then I ask you to. So you can't incriminate somebody or sort of ascribe to somebody what the person did not say. So their media is that they will be at the office and then be talking, asking questions. I remember in channels Shego Kimbalayo was asking, do you know Melaya was doubting that, was saying that Tinubu's hand, a flag bearer cannot even hold a flag. Not knowing that channel, they've doctored what Nigerians saw openly. They've been able to doctor it a little bit or maybe wholly, and they start to show it. But we all saw it. If you ask PDP people to show, they will show you. So this is why our media, they don't help issues. That is why all these things, what the people want, the media helped in suppressing the opinion of the people. If not that, there's a pictorial evidence to show that the youths want to be, but when they demonstrate, you see them carrying flag everywhere. If it were in those days of after doing anything, you wait for the next morning till the media, print media reports it or NTA carries it. People will tell you that no, they didn't hear anything. It was just a group of students' union making noise somewhere. But these days, everything is on social media. People have their mobile phone to film and then do everything. So there's really I'm having a sense of foreboding. I must have to say it. Much as I have it's my wish for the right thing to be done by the wish of the people to manifest in terms of this candidacy. At the same time, I'm not naive not to realize that I'm dealing with Nigerian system where I can never lose sight of that fact. And it's very, very critical. The media will be in collusion because of money. They may say, okay, they give you so billion, go and look after your media. Then they report nonsense. How can the media be there and they are buying vote at Ekiti? How can the media be there? Somebody will vote and raise his ballot paper to somebody standing somewhere to show that this is who I voted for before putting it in and then go and collect money. When the media is there, why can't they show this? Why can't they? But they won't do it because they've been paid money. They look the other way. All they will tell us is accreditation. When the real voting is going on, as a media person, you should be there. You mount your camera where the thing is being happening. But they won't do it. And then why should somebody after voting, you leave where you did your thumbprint, the next thing should be the box. You should not come out from there. Immediately you vote, you put it there, and not for you to go and stand and then raise it up and show somebody to make sure that I voted for the party. So when I come out, you vote, you give me my share. That's how they buy vote now. And then why should it not be challenged? Somebody who says a party agent should be standing almost at a vintage position where he or she will see who is voting and what the person voted for. I mean, there should be some sort of arrangement. If really we are out to stop election rigging, there should be an arrangement that should be. I mean, that can stand the test of time, what people should do. I don't see, if you enter into a room, you vote, you put your something there, and you come out, in the end, they count it. So all these things, our media, they are complicit. They are fantastically complicit in what is happening. So much as we've expressed hope that things it will be near impossible for this man to lose, at the same time, remember you are dealing with Nigerian system. They are ready to put all the reputation. A professor can sign a empty result sheet and forge figure. A professor who must have studied abroad and become a professor in one university in Nigeria, when because of money and everything. So when this type of thing is happening, what can you do? But then we have to keep hope alive, like I keep saying here. People should not lose hope. Help is on the way. Definitely, when there is light, darkness must give way to light. If you suppress the truth today, it must surely germinate. So in this case, I'm only hoping against hope in the hope that eventually this might be a watershed, just like Abiola. Nobody gave him the chance to win, but he did it, though it was annulled. I think this is 30 years later, something like that will now happen again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. CN. Mr. Frank, talk to us.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let me start from where my brother CN stopped. There is area I disagree with you in the sense that concerning the issue of Bruno, without much debating between me and you, know the population of Borno and Lagos cannot be the same. So let's go back to the last census. So if, for example, the last census is about of Borno is 1,000, then of Lagos is 1,800, for example, then automatically between that period to this period, now Borno is developing about 2,500. Why, for example, Lagos is giving us 2,000. So you need to ask yourself, if, for example, you are the matter come to you as a judge, how are you going to look at it? So again, in the other hand, I don't know how APC is intending to play the game, but I remember my first program in this platform. I said, that is my prayer. I was praying to it for Atiku to win that PDP. Then it come to pass. Now, you tell me, how can, you said it according to you that Atiku is from that area. Do you think that APC, I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe it can work like that for Atiku to pick the ticket to win the president? They can, APC in the north can keep quiet for that thing to happen so that Atiku can win, except that way. But in the other hand, if they did take it like that, so I believe it's going to be, it will clash between APC and PDP in the Borno side. So that is my own side of view in that area. But again, let's, for example, it happened to be like that. If we really work hard, according to the OB fire is spreading now, I don't think, because this will more than the late Chief MKO, the way I'm seeing it, because that for MKO, that was my first vote, which I vote as a citizen of Nigeria. I don't see somebody yes, people was campaigning, but with the money of Abiola. But I have never seen in my life, I have never seen, even in it's only America, we can only say, because this what is happening in Nigeria now. There's one video which is going on, there's one boy with speaker and microphone moving around the market area, the street, preaching for OB. So that I did not see it for MKO. So not to talk of my state now. Before this time, we don't know anything like, in my state, we don't know anything like Labour Party. But thank God to somebody like OB. For this, what I'm begging in this platform, we should bring our head together and work towards the goal and plan how are we going to make OB be there. Because for me, I see once OB is there, Nigeria will be back to Nigeria. Not for this Kaban and the Kakawan, which they call themselves. I don't want to insult them. So that is my own opinion.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Gomudia, please. So Gomudia still with us. Gomudia, talk to us.
My brother, I greet everybody. Before I quickly do some conclusion, my brother, see how possible we have this joint account, to see how possible we do some little contribution, to see how possible we sell we bring awareness to people. This is self-contribution. It's not something of you must do it. This is how we will start. That is number one, to make sure that we spread our candidate across Nigeria to see that at the end of the day, we win the election. I strongly believe that we win the election. That is me. Then for all what we are saying, to me, I believe the solution to this problem is a matter of awareness, of we coming together, believing that we can do it. So if we can be able to stand on that, have that belief, definitely Obi will win the election. The issue of corruption or no corruption is not really what we should be talking about. Now, I'm not ready to judge anybody. I'm not ready to. I believe with good governance, everything will be in place. But the problem, or what I think we should do, if it is true, we mean what we are saying, we should come together, see how possible we promote. By promoting this thing, is awareness. It's money. It's money with little contribution we can contribute around the world. Show it. You should be able to kind of major. If it is to making a major TV that everybody can be able to watch in Nigeria, to see how possible we spread these little things out. So I'm still suggesting you in question as the Olorogun of this platform, see how possible we have a strategy whereby we can reach this information to even the rural area in our country, even to that north side of it. See how possible we can establish it more than what we are doing right now. And for so doing, if we can be sincere, let us have a little account, then we'll contribute the little we can. If it is $1, 20 naira, 5 naira, we should be able to make sure that we spread this information around. Let the awareness reach every corner of Nigeria and see how possible we'll move from there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. To Niger.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, as I was saying, my take on all this is I tried not to be too partisan about these things. Even if I was to cast my vote today, I would vote for Peter Obi clearly. He appears to be the cleanest candidate amongst them, and he seems to have said some things I like, in terms of security, which I consider my top priority. So that one is not controversial. But what I feel many Nigerians need to get to, the point they need to get to, if they observe the last 60 years, is that our leaders come in, whether good or bad, they come in and they still don't do enough. I've seen Bola Ige, one of the most reputable guys that I know, when I was growing up, say he was going to restore electricity in Nigeria. He didn't. Everybody has the good intention, but often they never get it done. So something is stopping these things from happening. And if the people keep leaving it up to them, I worry that we are just going to make the same mistakes again. Because our good intentions are all there. Nigerians have always had good intentions to this things. But Obasanjo had good intention. He wanted to complete it, but he didn't. Jonathan did. He didn't complete it. So something is going on that is beyond that. Because Nigerians, what I think is going on is that Nigerians assign this to their leaders and go to sleep. I think that's how things are going to get solved. It's not going to happen like that, because people that have interest for our leaders to do their bidding will demand our leaders prioritize their needs, because they will not prioritize us when we are not the ones they are answering to. We have to make them answer to us. Our leaders, we all know it. They go overseas for treatment. They invest overseas. They send their children. We all know it. It's all there in our face. All of them, including for ASU professors, all of them, they have their children all over the place. Why would they be loyal to you? If you check Peter Obi, he still has connections. He grew up, he was in the West. All of them. You have to, the masses of Nigeria that make up at least 199 million people, they have to demand that these people do their bidding. If we don't demand it, and the reason why I say this, because I've seen it happen, I keep repeating it over and over again. Because I've questioned myself, I've asked myself, how do we solve it? Because I didn't see any way out. Until you look at the trends in Nigeria, you see what works and what doesn't work. I saw the Nigerian government refuse to remove the tax, subsidies for fuel last year because the labor group says that they were going to cause some kind of protest. I saw the Nigerian government decide that Amotekun should go ahead, even if they didn't support it. I saw the Nigerian government give what the NSAS protesters what they wanted, even if they didn't want to do those things. Because the difference between that action and what the Nigerian government do, like go overseas all the time for treatment and all the rest, is because Nigerians stood up and said, no, we are not going to back down on this. You have to start saying, like there was a law that they wanted to pass to say government officials should not be sending their children overseas or something like that. And people just let that one go. Why are you not standing on those ones? You should be standing for things that even affect the nation even more. The Amotekun one is very important, and that one worked because it's helping Yoruba people now. It's keeping a lot of people alive. If we say we want electricity, you have to make them do it. Politics is like that. Politics people think they just tell politicians what to do, and the politicians do it. No, the way it works is that you make them do your bidding. That's how it works. Even in America, as it is right now, the leaders, the Republicans and the Democrats, you can only get away with what your voters let you get away with. If your voters say you are not going to come to their district back from Congress to come and live peacefully, they will make your life miserable if you don't do what they want.
Okay.
This is how we have to understand how to do politics, because when we just say, go and do it for us, and we just go away and do everything to frustrate them at the same time, like not paying into the system, not supporting any major thing. The Nigerian government wanted to pass a hate speech law. We stopped the government from doing that. When all our countries overseas, because I noticed that a lot of Nigerians on Twitter were one of the first to reject it, but yet these Nigerians that are overseas are enjoying countries that have those kind of laws. I don't like to call it hate speech law. I prefer to call it unity law, because this law is responsible for encouraging national cohesion, because it means that people are not going to talk in tribal lines as much anymore. These are things we should be elevating, not the other way around, where we elevate people that talk tribalism and side chicks and all that.
All right, thank you very much. That hate speech law was targeting certain people.
You always target certain people. You always target certain people. You are misunderstanding it.
I am a Nigerian, and I know what were trying to do. First of all, they wanted to bring anti-NGO and civil society law that we regulate every NGO, because the people talking are people from the South, NGO and civil society. And these people was like making too much, was like their problem. So
do you know that NGOs are used to sabotage our countries? Do you know that?
On that note, sir, on that note, it was very fair that they were targeting. In the US that you make example of, it was a general thing. In Nigeria, it was not a general thing. Just the way they banned Twitter, because people just made mention of something. So you don't compare. Before you compare, be on the ground and know why. We are not stupid.
I was on the ground. I know the law. They said if you said something I was
one of the person that pushed against that law. They were targeting everybody, social media and all, for us not to even talk at all. They wanted to seize our voice.
The same thing in the UK here. You don't have freedom of speech. You can't say whatever you like. Even Donald Trump's account was removed from this in Twitter. We can't pretend as if
you cannot compare the UK law that cut across everybody. Why is most of our allies not removed from the same Twitter?
Because they didn't break any Twitter law. If they didn't break any Twitter law, why should they be removed?
But when they just talk to our president, they banned Twitter.
Because the reason why is because the Twitter was being uneven, and they even acknowledged it by removing other posts that other groups made against the federal government. See, I'd like to deal in facts, because what is going on here is that we can't always make the perfect the enemy of the good. If we start somewhere, today, many of our politicians are saying many tribal things, because I've heard them say a lot of tribal things after they lose nomination for whatever. They will use different terms to be doing those things, because this is how you encourage national cohesion, where people can actually get on with their lives instead of always playing tribal politics. If they arrest somebody, they'll say it's tribe. If they
always having problem with you, I'll always be having problem with you because you are not toying with Nigerians. I'll always be having problem with you. I see your mindset. You are not there. You are arguing with somebody that was on ground that knows what is happening.
I was paying attention.
What is paying attention? You were paying attention that I was almost being killed on this matter.
You were being killed. Okay, tell me one law that they passed. Let me ask you one straight question now. Give me one law. You said they were targeting NGOs, which is fine. Personally, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't.
Because why we will not get there. We will not get there because we are Judas for ourselves.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of one thing now. So we get to the bottom of what you're.
If you like, you call it. If you like, you call it hate speech. Now, why the Northerners are uniting in dealing with us in unity, even when they are doing something wrong, in unity, and they know they are not as educated as the Southerners, and they are trying to use all laws to suppress the Southerners. And you are saying yes, that law should have been. Why are you not talking about the positive things that they should have improved before doing that laws?
You see, this is the problem.
Anyway, I don't want to argue with you too much because your line of the line you told is
you
like
have to try to get to the bottom of matters instead of saying
no. It's line of federal government, the law they are bringing to suppress us that you are agreeing to. Yes, caller, talk to us. Although I want to round up now because I need to round up. Talk to us.
My dear brother, please, I just want to contribute to what they are just saying now. You understand me? I'm been following you for some time now. I'm calling from Italy anyway. I'm calling from Italy. My name is Monday. So, my dear fellow brothers and sisters who is in this panel, there's no need. We need to drag ourselves. We know what is wrong in Nigeria. We know that everything is not right. There's no need. We need to be, dragging ourselves, arguing this here and there. You understand? This is why people always laugh at us when we are getting to the end of the road. Later, confusion will come, we now divert back, which is very, very wrong. It's not good for us. What I'm trying to say is that we have already gathered our mind, gather our hand together to make sure that if at all the government, we know that it's not good for years now. And myself, I not be play politics for years. I don't lie to you. I don't play politics. I'm an architect. I work here in Italy under construction. So I don't know why, if this is coming to get right in Nigeria, we the human being, we the youth, mostly we the youth, we would like to divert our mind in different ways. This man came, and nobody who have never seen this man comment on channel, on anywhere at all in the media said. But we all know what this man is trying to do. We know what he have done before. What I'm trying to say is that there's no need we have to go to the past. Now, let's trigger this very movement now, and let's get to the end of it, so that anybody we need in this very government now to be our president, to make things good for us the way he promised us, let it be so, and let us put hand on him so that we will carry him forward to make sure that he sits on that throne. Right. What I'm trying to say is that, please, my dear fellow brothers and sisters, there's one thing I normally see in this very platform. Some people, to Nigeria is a very good boy. I know that. He's a very good boy. I do watch him. All what is happening in Nigeria, I do see everything here. And to Nigeria, I do watch him in one-man show. There are times now when I enter one-man show, he always kick me off. We at times, if I ask him question, he always reply me back in a bad form. Then I told him today, they were there today, but I talked to him. He now says sorry. No, what I'm trying to say is that there is a thing, there is a point we will wait. Whereby say we don't want it. As soon as the youth say they don't want it again. So let us give the youth their choice. The moment this very man get there, this man is not a child. He's speaking. Something is speaking through this man. And what we are just doing now, no one, he has never paid to anybody. He has never talked to any one of us. But at the spirit of that revelation that this is the man that God sent to liberate the youth from their captivity. Because we are in the captivity of those bad leaders, those two parties. We are in the captivity in their hand. What I'm trying to say is that there's one man in PDP that is promoting. You know that God can use your enemy to promote you. You know that. So there's one man that is promoting Obi. And maybe he's thinking that he's talking on his own, but he doesn't know that he's promoting this man. This is how God works. God wants us to join hands together. When this man gets to throw now, if he get there, this man know what to do. He know what to do. Forget about constitution, forget about it. This man, the moment he get there, Obi is not a gentleman. If he come to tribalism, he's not a gentleman. If you are his friend and you play tribalism way with him, he's ready to use you to show an example to others. This is somebody of which God speak through.
We have another caller, please. Quickly round up. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You said it all. Okay, caller, please tell us where you're calling us from and talk to us. Talk to us.
Hello, Niger Watch.
Yes, talk to us. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Canada. I just want to contribute to what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Let me give an example before I go ahead. Please just permit me and give me a little time.
Not too much because I need to.
Yeah, I'll just pinpoint some point. Here in Canada is a country that invests in their youth. How did they do that? One, if you're going to school, there's money they give you to go to school to pay your fee. Not only to pay your fee, they give you excess money so that you won't work. They want you to concentrate on your study. So though we Nigeria, we go do under the table work to join the money they gave us. That's why you see some Nigeria will just come home, they'll collect the money, go to one mushroom school, can't use the money, build house, or can't take a marry. It's a big money. That is, they invest on their youth because they know that is their future. Right. Even in this country too that I'm in, I'm telling you the truth. Whenever you tell them you're from Nigeria, they will say, wow, that's a very rich country, but full of bad leader, corruption. They know. So the whole world know what Nigeria is like hell on earth.
And some of us are defending our leaders that they are correct by some of the things they are doing.
Now, I'm just saying, I know Nigeria watch, you guys are live. That's why I'm watching you and I'm saying this so that Nigeria will know. The last one I want to say is this: a child born in Nigeria, if you people are footballer, we call it soccer here, right? Like, let's say a child born in Nigeria is Southampton or Bolton. Then a child born in Canada or United States, no, US is even second in Canada, is like Liverpool that are giving Bolton 6-0. So a child born in Nigeria is 6-0 down to any child born in this country. Before we meet up, he will work extra to meet up. Before I get to Canada, I live in United States. United States is the most powerful country in the world, but Canada is the best country in the whole wide world. So I can compare both of them together. I live in Chicago before. Now, let me not go to Nigeria. Please, shoot. That guy that talk, see, Obi is not Obi. Peter Obi is God sent to liberate. I'm telling you people this thing because every time I go to the internet, when I watch that man speak, that man is not of himself. Even if the man gets there and didn't do what he has been saying, he knows that people that put him there will take him off. Do you know that? Okay, let me give you an example of Tinubu and what they call it, Atiku.
Please try to be brief because
Tinubu believe that money can buy anything. One of his sayings that if money do not change person, give him an extra money. That is money. That's why they use the money in conversion. Atiku believe the same thing. Obasanjo presentation of yesterday. Obasanjo said one of the mistakes he made in life were just two. One, joining the army, but God favored him. He made the mistake right because he comes from Muano. It's a village that you won't know in that map of Nigeria, but now it's known everywhere. The second one is making Atiku his vice. You know why? Because Atiku almost sold Nigeria. Now, Obi said, ask of antecedent of every political party aspirant. Tinubu was not a millionaire before he become governor. It was when he became governor, he turned to a millionaire. And after it, because Tinubu left almost $5 million in the United States when they want to catch him for drug. And he came back home empty. Obi has become a billionaire before he became governor of Anambra State. Obi not be give shishi. Obi they help people to achieve. Give me fish. You feed me for a day. Teach me how to fish. You feed me for life. If you'd like, if they're not vote to be in, you know will change Obi. He and his children they are already made. You know will change me. Me and my family were already in Canada. It will change you people a day there. People in Europe self that struggle, they struggle.
That's true.
I was in Germany before. That struggle. Now Europe not the close on like before. I mean the best country in the world. Nigeria, please vote the right person.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Because I really don't like arguing about this useless and hoodlum government. And some bodies will come and say Nigerians rejected this. It would have helped us. Somebody will tell us that Nigerians rejected this. It would have helped us. When it's so glaring that some sect of people are managing the country and wanting to put the other set as second-hand citizen. And somebody that is not living there is telling us that this would have helped us, it would have unified us. This would have helped us. It unified so people. Are we talking? Are we talking? Or are you telling that? Not Niger Watch. You can say that in your channel.
If you want to discuss it, we can go into detail if you really want to get to the bottom of it.
That in your channel, not here.
Okay, very well.
We are talking about what is actually happening to people the way it is. The way it is.
You know, you will be denying your viewers the opportunity to actually go in depth on anything.
Talk to us. His call is still there. Okay, we'll lose him. We'll lose Collis. Okay, Chris, talk to us because after this round, I'm just going to be running up. If Chris is there, please talk to us.
I'm here.
Please make it very brief because I need to go now. Spend 4 hours.
Thank you. What I want Nigerian youth to do, like here in Quito, Ecuador, there's a liberation movement going on because of a set of bad governments these Quito governments have. What I want to tell Nigerian youth that this is a liberation movement for Nigerian youth. And, you know, when the APC Kariba and the PDP Kariba defeat, you know that means that youth cannot withstand against either in terms of competition, because this is the competition and also liberation. Ecuador is like a Nigerian government. There's nothing different. Ecuador has what Nigeria has. In terms of crude oil, Ecuador has it more than Nigeria. But their government is corrupt practices. And their youth said, no, enough is enough. Here in the center where the power rests in Quito, there's no movement, complete 12 days now, no movement. Why? The youth are protesting for bad government. Okay, in terms of UAE and Nigeria, my brother, can I tell you something? This is paying me a lot. If you remember, the UAE come to Nigeria for help. If you remember what Nigerian government said, who was in power, say can nothing good come from desert. And UAE go back to their nation and go to Germany. Germany help them. Now, it is too abhorrent, too dangerous, too abhorrent, taboo, and terrible. Nigerian youth are going to UAE now to work. Imagine Nigerian youth are going to UAE to work, Dubai to work. Dubai that come to Nigeria for help before, because of Nigeria has all the mineral resources. But now, Nigeria are going to them for work. And Nigerian youth and the UAE now refuse to give Nigerian visa. You see what I'm seeing?
Thank you, my brother.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Nigeria is, yes, Nigeria is going to EAU now because you know why? The people in government then took Nigeria into their pocket. And at the end of the day, the people that want to talk, they started making laws to keep them quiet. And they went out of quiet. Are we really want? When they say we are stupid, we are second-hand citizens. Are we really one by the way they be killing us? Do the law favor the North? The law they are saying they make, is it favoring the North or the South? They have Sharia law there. We are keeping Constitution here, but there they are keeping other law. Somebody is telling us that one law that will make us not to talk is what will unify us.
Please, can I?
Godson, talk to me briefly. Godson. Godson, you are not ready. Since we are not ready.
Okay, just.
Godson, you are not ready. Okay, Lucky Raf, talk to me.
Good evening.
Hello, sorry, I'm here.
Please, quickly, in 2 minutes, just talk to me.
Sorry, can I talk?
Yes, talk.
Okay, sorry, I was a little bit distracted there. I was going to. So, which one do you want us to contribute on? Because I think we have moved to different. We started talking about so many other things now. I don't even know which one to contribute on at the moment.
Say what you want to say in 2 minutes, because right now, yes, say the one that interests you in 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, the only thing I can say is that I just continue to hope and pray that the efforts that are being made because the long and short of the whole thing is that the only way Nigeria can take the first step is to actually elect somebody who has some integrity and somebody who is actually interested in the well-being of the masses. Because if we continue to elect these politicians that recycle themselves, then I'm afraid no matter what you say to them, no matter what you demand of them, it's a waste of time. Okay, we really have to. The first step will be to get the right man in there, so that just like this other man, I think I had this other man, I think he's from Canada, who was saying that Nigerians that are suffering this thing directly, the people that are living in Nigeria. I'm really, really hoping, because some of us that are not in Nigeria, we're not feeling it directly. But those that are there, directly feeling this thing directly, we are feeling it indirectly because we have family there, we have friends there. But people that are there, I'm really, really hoping that they take the bulls by the horn and really come out this time to come and even though we know, just like somebody was saying, there will still be attempts to do their own type of rigging. But I believe if this new system by INEC, I think they said that the system is such that it's not like before where they can just go and do their thumb printing. Now you have to actually take the PVC that they have. Now, when you go to vote with it, the results are transmitted directly to the headquarters. So let's hope on the day of the election, they will not tell us that the transmission is not working, or find a reason why they're not going to use that technology. Because I believe the reason why more people are having even more hope this time around is that the technology that using technology that they've just introduced into the system, if it works like that all around the country, I believe it will capture some of these other rigging efforts they used to do before, if they can use that same technology. So that's my only, I'm hoping that on that day they will not sabotage it and tell us that the technology is not working, and use that means to do something. So I just pray that this thing actually works out, because the alternative is not the alternative is so bad. I mean, it's just it's so bad. Thank you.
Lucky Rap, please talk to us in 2 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, and good evening to my fellow panel and those in chat room. I will start with this free speech bill. Anyone who thinks this free speech bill is not targeting some certain people is not well informed. 2, why is free speech bill more urgent or important than the bill to persecute bandits that go on rampage killing people? Why is it so urgent and more important than bill to persecute Boko Haram, who is going around killing people? Why is it so much important than a lot of stuff that is actually killing people in Nigeria? Looting, those politicians that are looting money up and down. Why they have not put up a bill to persecute them?
He's talking about.
From president to senator to governors to chairman, they have not put in any bill to say, if you do this, you go to jail. Tell me why this speech bill free speech bill is more important right now. If it's not for a certain purpose.
Problem we have.
So that is one. So it's completely nonsense. Now, another thing is this. If you don't know any reason to at least test a new governance in Nigeria, do it for the sake of one thing. If we all can reason and think towards what is happening in Nigeria, you know, there is no way anyone who buy his way to the seat or office can be able to stand on his feet and tell his partner in crime that this cannot happen. It's not possible. So if you don't have any reason to work hard to see that Mr. Obi entered there, do it for the sake that he have leverage on all these politicians. Leverage in the sense that if he make use of his leverage on them, a lot of things, the worst government of Obi will be better than the best government of these looters. It will be better than the government of these looters. Now, if we can all consider those, the things practicable in US cannot be practicable here. The gap is too much. The gap is too much. Over there in United States, even right now, with all the freedom of speech they have, still they will do protests and protests and protests and protests, and the conspiracy will still take upper hand. Conspiracy will still come and win the campaign. People are so confused. For a long time now, US, as they are, as powerful as they are, have not done anything for themselves. They are living on the godfather, their grandfather's sweat. No improvement. So right now, I want us to please, there are Northerners that are working harder than us in trying to make Obi a president. Let us not use anger in any way to put all the Northerners in one basket. There are Northerners that are also crying for this same free speech bill. There are many of them. I can tell you in state, in local government, a lot of Northerners are working hard with their money, galvanizing youth. They are also in pain. So those Northern politicians and the religious radical ones, which we have everywhere. We have Christian radicals, we have Muslim, we have all of them in everywhere. So let us always remember that there are Northerners that are working hard with us, trying to do what is right.
Thank you very much. I have said it before that the educated Northerners are against what their leaders are doing. They are also calling for revolution. The educated one that are not primitive, they are equally into making sure things work, apart from the primitive ones. You see? So I'm not generalizing all the Northerners to be the same. So on that note, please, because I need to let go, please talk to us briefly. I just have two more people to talk to before I wrap up.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, talk to us. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you, Niger Watch. I'm so happy for this platform because a lot of people watch it and a lot of people take points and ideas from all the contribution, opinion of everybody that contributes on this platform. Why I say this is that today I just heard that INEC postponed the deadline of PVC indefinitely. So we don't know when it will end. So that means the youth can now continue to register. I like that, and it is because of the crying of the masses, like this platform. People watch it, people listening, and people extend this message to their various uncles that are in that INEC office. So thank you for good work you are doing, Niger Watch. Thank you very much. My contribution today, what I want to say today is, yes, the last person that just said about free speech bill. Yes, this government is very fast in acting anything that can stop Nigerian citizens to exercising their rights in all angles. They're just trying to silence Nigerian citizens in all angles. But the Nigerian citizens have woken up. That is my belief. Because they were saying that APC presidential candidate does not have a certificate, secondary school certificate. That's want to become an issue now. But I'll say no. Tinubu has a certificate, but he don't want to disclose that certificate because the age he's claiming is not his age. So if he declared his certificate, he's automatically disqualified. That is the issue. So he had a certificate, but he cannot present it because he's lying of his age. But whether he lies or not, if he lies for his age, the nature will catch up with him. If he lies for his age, old age will catch up with him, even when he get there, if he will win. So that is it. So another thing I have to say is that we will continue to make speeches, to make contribution that will move our country forward. Like yesterday, the whole discussion in Niger Watch yesterday was people with emotion people with biased mind, people that, as you said, Niger Watch, there was a day you said that we have to be vigilant. We have to be careful of people coming here to bring an opinion that will make everybody feel so low, that will make everybody feel like, why are you supporting this person? But you said again that this is a movement. It's not by one person. It is by all Nigerians. So I will say it again, that we have to be watchful, we have to be careful, because all of that political parties, they are in danger today. They are panicking. None of them want to agree to all these journalists, to all these channels to come and interview them, because they are confused and they don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. Nigerian masses are waiting for them to come out and say something, but they don't want. So I will say it again. Let us be watchful. Let us be careful of what we are saying. Let us be careful of how we handle people, speeches, and opinions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. People are trying to call in, but I'm not ready to take any call now because I can't just continue like this. I need to go. So, callers, I'm not going to take no call. That's it. One man went, please. I think you are the only person left now to talk to me. Please talk to me. One man went or something.
All right. Thank you for having me. I'll be very brief, but just before I make my comments, a bit of a proviso. I am not fully on the Peter Obi train, but I'm assuming that you are willing to entertain opinions that are contrary.
Yes, we entertain, we take everybody on board because we learn from each other.
All right, brilliant. So to the Tinubu certificate issue, it is really a non-issue because the minimum bar that INEC sets for the presidential space for anybody that wants to contest for the presidency in Nigeria, the minimum bar that INEC sets is a school cert. Tinubu has presented a degree which far surpasses that minimum bar. So that really is a non-issue. But if we go to the Peter Obi space, which seems to be the popular space within your platform, we discussed Peter Obi endlessly on my platform as well. One man went to Mo. And the conclusion is that it's not quite as potent as some people might choose to believe. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Kwakwanso is also in talks with Oshibanjo as we speak. This was the session that we did earlier on my platform, One Man Went to Mo. Kwakwanso is in talks with Oshibanjo as well as talks with Peter Obi. So when you look at the mix, then you see really who enhances Kwakwanso more. A lot of people would concede that Oshibanjo enhances Kwakwanso more because Oshibanjo is a national figure and Peter Obi's popularity is essentially concentrated in the southeast. So if Kwakwanso wants to expand to be a real potent force within the Nigerian presidential play, is more advised to go with somebody like Oshibanjo, who has nationalistic appeal, than somebody like Peter Obi, who is sectional but expanding. So that was the thought that I know Peter Obi commands a lot of following in the chattering classes, the social spaces, and all of that. But on the ground, on my platform 2 days ago, we ran the presidential election and we went state by state, and we couldn't really agree for more than 5 to 6 states for. We couldn't really agree for more than 5 to 6 states for Peter Obi. The concentration of the Southeast and one other state, we couldn't really see what presence Peter Obi had in Sokoto, Borno, Kebbi, Jigawa, all of these places. And these places are part of the Nigerian paradigm too. So if we are saying all of these things, then we have to permutate to the expansiveness of it. Then it's very good to cheerlead and all that. But I like Peter Obi too. Is a pleasant gentleman, well-spoken, clean-cut, and all that. But he's too late into the race, is somewhat of a lightweight politically, And
All right.
all of this who
All
keeps
right. One more word. Thank you. You just say you're not going to take my time because I don't really have much time.
Okay.
I really also like your implementation, but I want to tell you, Peter Kwakwaso, you made mention of Kwakwaso having talked with Osinbajo. But I want to tell you that these are the people we don't even want as a people, like me. We are talking of progressive, sir. We are talking of progressive. We want this change. And Osinbajo has been there in this administration for about 8 years, and this administration has almost finished Nigeria. And it's in the APC that have taken Nigeria from top to bottom. So such person we don't even want, because Osinbajo is the same related to Tinubu. Tinubu brought him in. They're all the same bandwagon. We Nigerians are
I
saying,
beg your pardon, but Peter Obi has been in the system longer than
yes,
Oshibanjo.
but if you say Peter Obi have been in the system, same with Osinbajo, check their pedigrees. Is Osinbajo has he done anything verifiable? Peter Obi, everything he says, he go and verify. Osinbajo made some changes when Buhari left, when Buhari was sick. When Buhari came back, what happened? He reversed everything back. What did Osinbajo do? What did the Osinbajo do? You want to tell me somebody that's a bootlicker and they gave him money to go and share in the market, to involve him, a vice president going to the market to share Nigeria's money? What are you saying, sir? Is it the politics, the progressive we want? I don't know where you live, but the way you talk, you look like you are talking like an Englishman. Do this happen in your country, sir?
Excuse me, please.
So
Sorry, am
you
I
are
allowed
dealing
to
with.
respond or?
Please.
No, I don't have that time. You see, I'm having callers now. I don't even want to take.
Somebody
So,
else
sir,
should speak, not him again, please.
I am sorry
We've
that
had him, so let another
your
person speak.
market, you cannot I ask you, is open platform, but you cannot market Kwakwaso, Osinbajo, Tinubu, or whatever. These are people we don't want no more. These are people that have been in the same system. We want fresh people. We want to change the whole system out of it. So the last person that was speaking, CM, talk before I round up.
Okay. Thank you very much, Itoya. The thing about whatever everybody says is the person's opinion. No matter the scientific, no matter what the person feels, is a scientific evidence is showing. To me, that is bunkum, because it's the person that sets the question and answers it himself. Osinbajo is of the past. Osinbajo specializes in nothing. You can't stand Osinbajo and the P2B. P2B have verifiable past. What has Osinbajo done to go and share money in the market, and was there superintending over corruption and the Fulani slaughter? What are they doing? They are killing. What will Osinbajo show? Osinbajo was a commission under Buhari, so he's coming from somewhere. Under Tinubu. He's coming from somewhere. Let him present his democratic credentials, his achievement in life up till today, and let P2B present his own. We are talking of the future. We're not talking of the past. Telling me Osinbajo and Kwankwaso will make a formidable team and P2B is a Southeast champion. That is just a jaundiced concoction. As
Same
simple as that.
old system. He's coming to tell us same old system.
We don't need that. We are moving
that
forward.
level.
We are
not on that level at all.
We are talking of something in future. And somebody is still telling me of somebody will just go and concoct one type of pathetic falsehood, very debilitating lies, and start to
System
spread
that
all
could not
over from
rescue
one place to the
Nigeria.
other.
Kidnapping,
So
killing,
we don't need all those.
Same system.
Be in your own platform
system.
and market the tribal sentiments you are marketing. Don't bring it here to infect others. We are refined. Niger Watch is an institution where we come and, in fact, it's equivalent to, I wouldn't say Harvard or Cambridge, but this is where refined mind come to come and air their view, and we see reason debate. We don't want a tribal jingoist who will just come and use a concoct one. Imagine defending Tinubu. How old is Tinubu? Like somebody said here, in fact, I learned something now. If Tinubu tenders his school certificate, which is claim he doesn't have, or primary school, people will know his age. If you go now to internet, her daughter Folashade, they've reduced the age to 42, which is a lie. The lady was 60 Now they reduce so that if you say Folashade is the Tinubu's daughter, they say it's 42. So Tinubu can be able to say I was 25 when I had her. So all these things, so they are just started manipulate. We know all this tribal rubbish. We don't need. Who is Oshibajo, by the way, to compare to Peter Obi? Who is Oshibajo? Who knows Oshibajo beyond the Kene? Nobody knows him. Peter Obi is a champion. Everybody is taking all over. We are talking all over the world, and you are telling us Oshibajo, who will go and be sharing money, trader money. Imagine a so-called professor of law and a pastor. All these things, please let somebody not use tribal sentiment to come and poison this war. In fact, there should be a minimum you should admit here. Don't bring people with their tribal sentiment to come and pollute a Niger watch. What they are trying to do, let me tell you, Itoya, they want to bring this
I
Niger
haven't
watch
said
down
anything tribal though.
to
I'm being defamed.
we know you come and say one market, you come and market one falsehood. We know it. Please, Niger Watch is the model of what everybody should aspire to be. Forget that. Who knows who is going? One man show is just where they go and peddle one type of ethnic jingoist, like the type they write in Akedeko. One newspaper they call Akedeko.
That is not fair. It's just not fair. We have to be rational about these things.
I just want to say one thing. Just one thing.
No. I'm not taking one thing anymore. No.
No, I'm
Sorry,
not
sir.
spending 2 seconds, please. I know the person that spoke. I just want to say one thing to him. Please. I know him very well.
Go ahead. Quickly.
My brother, you can always share your opinion without cooking something that is out of resistance. If Obi and Kwankwaso want to emerge and none want to be vice to each other, Kwankwaso is free to go anywhere in search of VP. That have no effect on Obi. That is not any way of disqualification of his personality. So you have to refine your debate a little bit more so that it will look professional. You do this on your channel all the time. It's not good. Give out information that matters. When you say they want to emerge and it didn't work, you now change it that one Faso prepare Osimbajo to Obi. Come on. It's belittling. That's all I can say.
I just want him to see a report from the feedback from the society, from the comment section, the moment he started speaking. I want you to judge yourself, sir. This is the first time you are talking with me when I'm anchored, but I have not come here before I got your report. That's a so person, please. Somebody called me and said, this person is disturbing your channel. If you allow him, he will destroy your channel. But I saw you, I still accepted you, and you prove it to me. And I'm telling you today, I got your report, messages on my note. So person, please, he came and these people are coming to destroy your channel and all that. But I don't believe in this because I was not on that program. But today you came, I allow you to speak, and you actually did the same thing. I'm showing you reports from feedback. I don't know these people. They are listening. So I want you to go back and refresh yourself. If you are not in the progressive, you can go and join Tinubu and Atiku, and you see what's going to happen. The killing that is happening, I just believe one of your persons is not involved. The kidnapping, the looting, I just believe one of your persons is not involved. The Osinbajo that does not know himself as a man of God, I just believe you are not part of him. If you are part of him, then close up
Do
your
I get
channel.
the right to reply or not? Do I get the
No,
right to
I am
reply?
I'm advising you because I am not holding nothing for against you. I'm only advising you based on the feedback I'm getting right now, which is I've been putting on the screen, and the people that have spoken with you in reply. I said I don't want nobody to talk, but people kept replying to you. This is how this channel is. We want to move this country away from this criminal and thieves. Most of us are not in Nigeria. We want to enjoy what we are enjoying here. Same in the country, so that we can go back, because most everybody outside Nigeria, we are not really enjoying. We are like servants. We want to go free back to our country and do what we know best. So selling people that have killed us, people that have enriched their sold our future, borrowed. We still want to play politics with these same people? I don't know where you get your data from, but what we are doing here is to make Nigeria better. On that note, I want to say thank you to everybody that has spoken so far, everybody that have come on Nigeria Watch, people in the comment section, the panelists, the viewers. I want to say thank you for being here. It's because of you we are all here. We had about 20 panelists today. Mano Bendel, Hakeem, Advocate TV, CM, Aja came. He didn't speak, he left. He came again, he left. Frank, Mr. Goodluck came, he didn't speak, he left. He came again, so he didn't still speak. I just want to know that we observe everybody commenting, coming, whatever you do here. We observe you. We are like family. We don't just come here to talk. We come to show love. We come to share love and want the country to move forward. And
please, can I give you 1 minute?
Chris George, no, sir. Chris George, yes. Mark Erabo, yes, from Germany, the very first time. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Andrew is always with us. Yes, Okoro Daniel, yes, thank you. I think, did he speak? I can't remember if he spoke. Debbie came, he didn't speak. He left. She should be a woman. She didn't speak, she left. Ogbemuda, yes. Godson, yes. Hugo, the first time from Peninsula, US. Thank you very much. Always endeavor to join us. Collins, yes. To Niger, yes. Bright, no way. Did he speak Bright? I can't just remember. But on my record, these are the people that came in through the panel. And we have so many people that on the comment section. I tried to put you on the screen so that I don't just be calling all your names. So if your name did not come on the comment section just like this on the screen, then I'm sorry, maybe it's my oversight. But I try to make sure I put you all on the screen just like that. So thank you for the people from the comment section. People that call in, not too much call. Halifax man from Canada, we didn't entertain too much call, like 2 other or 3 other persons. I'm really in a hurry to go now because time is far spent. So if I continue to give you room to talk, I won't leave here. And I'm already having issues around me because where I talk, imagine you talk, you just keep talking, and this is not Nigeria.
Are you afraid of what you are going to hear? Come on.
No, I'm not afraid of what I'm going to hear. I'm talking of time.
All right.
It's noisy here, and I don't live alone. I don't live alone. I'm talking, and this is almost 5 hours. I'm not afraid of what? I can stay here for 10 hours. There's nothing anybody want to say on social media that will afraid me.
Exactly.
Maybe you don't know. I'm a human rights activist. I've been on the ground. I've met people face to face. I've been beaten by the police, beaten by people. I'm always on the ground protesting, not coming to talk. I didn't just come to social media to start talking, to learn how to talk. I'm a crusader, an activist. That leftist, it is not a name. You should know. So if you want to know who I am, find out. I've never been afraid of my governor who sees us and run away. Commissioner police see us and run away. Down. Is it social media here where you talk freely and say whatever you like? I'll be afraid.
I'm just saying that whether you are getting tired and wants to take off.
So never get the situation around me. So everything has time. I'm not just on my own. It's not my own house. I'm not a big boy. So I have to play by the rules. That is the situation. Otherwise, I can be here from morning till night. It's my passion.
Yeah.
It's my passion. So on that note, I want to say bye-bye to everybody. Thank you. I usually play one Oliver the Cook to end this my broadcast, because that music is the only one that is free for me to play. So I'm using that to end.
God hates stinginess.
Blowmusic.com. I don't believe in pride, or to share money for pride. I don't depend on prophecy, I just pray to my God. Always believe in trying, and to say the truth and lie. Always do my best, and leave the rest to God. My fellow Nigerians, Sinji presidency, I tell you, it's better than those that will steal and waste our currency. God, I'm back and you know, Sinji presidency, I tell you, it's better than those that will steal and waste our currency. I tell you, that's the West Indies better pass the one we go carry bullion van, pack our money, go the waste to. Blowmusic.com. My papa advised me, make I do politics in honesty. No matter the pressure, I must stick to my integrity. Always cut my coat according to my size. I know they promise anything where my power no reach. My yes is my yes, my no is my no. I know they make it younger, I'm a simple man by nature. My fellow Nigerians, Sinji presidency, I tell you, it's better than those that will steal and waste our currency. I swear, Daddy Baka, Sinji presidency, I tell you, it's better than those that will steal and waste our currency. Ice water, Obi blow music, we are obedient. Go get your PVC.
We are obedient. Bye-bye. Don't dance
That was a good one. That was a good one.
CCM they dance. They dance as in a club in the obedient club. This is stingy people frequency.
We know 1 billion van.
We know 1 billion van. Bye-bye.
We prefer stingy. Save money.